Welcome everybody to GDQ Hotfix Shmovement night. The movement, Shmovement, whatever the heck you want to call it. Tonight we have some incredible runs entirely focused on really awesome movement. Really awesome movement and fun gameplay. That's the thing that you do in video games. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope that you all enjoyed Sky's show. And hi, my name is Jiggy, and welcome to my show here on GDQ Hotfix. We are going to kick off today's show with Hollow Knight any percent. Then we have Celeste all hearts. Then we have Celeste 64 100%. And we're wrapping it all up tonight with some Pizza Tower. So Pizza Tower any percent. So stick around. Tonight's lineup is pretty good. We got a lot of movement. All right. So let's get into it. How are we doing? Stratus, are you ready to bring us through some Hollow Knight?
Yeah. So I'm Strat. I've been running Hollow Knight since probably late 2021. I have trending world record, and lately I've been making strides in any percent here. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to show off some nice movement to start off our show today. And here with me, I have my co-commentator Guanqi. So.
Yeah, hi, I'm Guanqi. I've been speedrunning this game since 2020, and I've kind of specialized in any percent, so I'm really excited to be commentating here at GDQ for an any percent speedrun.
I am super excited about this run. Like I told everybody in the green room before we started, I told Strat and Guanqi, Hollow Knight was my game of the year for 2022. I know that it came out way before that, but that was the first year I got to play it, and it totally blew out every game that came out. It was just, the game resonated with me, and I'm just so excited to see this any percent run. I thank you again for doing this run. We're just really excited about it.
Yeah, same here. All right. Well, I'm not one to delay any speed runs, so let's say we get started.
All right, whenever you're ready, give us the countdown.
All right. So countdown or timer will start when I select file here. So I'll just give a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Start off by just mashing through these opening cutscenes. We don't really need all that. The lore dump.
I don't think this game has lore.
No.
Something grub, something mask, something needle.
Yeah. So that
Silk Song comes out this year.
That first trick you saw me do there, I paused to gain control a little bit early. And then I did what's called an inventory drop, which uncaps my fall speed. So basically all it was for that.
We're going to be using pause a couple times throughout the run to get control, and even just quitting out of the game just to get control, but we'll see that later. In the meantime, inventory is used to uncap fall speed a pretty good amount throughout this run. And that's going to be our main tool for moving down.
Yeah. All right. That was King's Pass tutorial area. Pretty simple so far. You saw me do a little pogo on a Vengefly there, just to skip some platforming. And we're going to be using a lot of pogos throughout the run to sort of just move to places that we might not otherwise be able to get to and such. Fun fact about the word pogo, it actually comes from the DuckTales Metroidvania that came out like a long time ago. Because Scrooge McDuck in that game actually used a pogo stick for basically an identical mechanic. So.
Wait, I didn't know that. That's actually crazy.
Yeah. Do another inventory drop here.
That was a really good game.
Got hit there, but I was able to back it up pretty well. Coming up, we have
Scrooge McDuck.
One of the more iconic tricks in the run. Gonna be doing some platforming, and the goal there was to kill both aspids with the spike, but I was just a little bit off, so wasn't able to get both of them, but it's all right. And early game in Hollow Knight is a little bit more on the chill side, I'll say. We're going to be doing a lot of walking up until we get the dash ability. So gameplay is more focused on optimizing turnarounds and jumps and such.
So chill.
So chill. All right. So I'm going to use another Pogo there. Get up on that statue. Just a little optimization. And coming up, we got the first boss, which we're going to promptly not fight. We'll see how in a sec. After I get hit by some enemies. Nice. Just grab the Geo here, because why not?
I've never known this guy's name because it only ever shows up in Chinese.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I should have mentioned. You notice
Most speedrunners learn Chinese for this game, right?
yeah. Okay, so
I just skipped that part.
You may have noticed that we're not running the game in English. We're running in simplified Chinese because the text matching ends up being a little bit faster because there's less characters. Yeah, but we don't necessarily have to learn the language because there's not really any reason to.
Oh yeah, because there's no lore in this game.
There's no lore, yeah. No point, right? All right. Let's picked up our first ability of the run, the Vengeful Spirit. Basically a ranged attack, which is going to be our main source of damage for the rest of the run. And yeah, we've been put in this little tutorial area that teaches us how to use it. Yeah.
The question here is how much time does Chinese actually save, out of curiosity?
I think it's like 20 or 25.
I feel like it's a
seconds.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's one guy that just yaps at you forever.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, that's a lot. Like, that's not a little time save.
No, yeah, it's also just completely free. Like, all you gotta do is just change the setting. But yeah, no, it not only is there less characters, the text just scrolls faster.
Yeah, it's I mean, I think I timed one room and it ended up saving like 30 seconds or something in that one room over the slowest language that I could find. So it's a pretty big difference. All right, making our way to Green Path here to pick up our second ability.
And yeah, this fireball is going to be like basically all of our damage. You'll see here the fireball gets stuck off screen, and the hitbox just overlays with the balder, so it actually hits 4 times. But yeah, so this fireball is like pretty much all of our damage throughout the entire run. We don't get any more upgrades besides a charm.
Yeah. You just saw me do a little skip there where I turned around and fireballed. It's what we call a fireball skip. That one saves about 2 seconds, but there's another one here that's a pretty major sequence break. And yeah, you just use it to push yourself back a little bit and reset your fall speed.
Why'd you kill those birds? It's messed up.
I just love doing it. What can I say? It's for the love of the game.
Just for the love of the game.
Another thing that we're going to be managing here over the course of the run is our geo count up there in the top left. Right now I've got 95. We want a lot because we need to buy the lantern so that we can buy a toll later on in the run. Yeah, so there's actually been some pretty big geo reroutes in this category lately. So it's pretty good stuff. I like that. I like feeling rich.
This Moss Knight jumps back, and when you get close to him, he does like a dash, and that'll he moves back at the same speed as your fireball, basically. So your fireball hits once, and then he dashes back into it again.
Yeah. All right. So the old Geo route used to kill this guy up here that was eating his lunch, but now we don't do that. Instead, we
Shout out the old Geo route.
These guys down here. So get around, I think 100 extra Geo from killing these guys instead of the Vengefly King. And that allows us to do a skip later in the run, like much later.
All right. We're coming up on a fan favorite boss. This is Hornet. She's definitely one of the more bullied bosses in this game. She doesn't get to move around a lot. But it's actually unfortunate because they didn't actually really do anything else with the character. I think this is the last time she appears in the game. And it doesn't seem like they decided to like carry on anything with her character. So
yeah.
But in the meantime, she's a cool boss here.
Especially no sequels that I know of.
I was gonna say it seems like she's kind of like cut content. You know, they just left her as an Easter egg.
Potentially.
All right, so now we have the Mothwing Cloak, which is that ability we just picked up after fighting Hornet. This is going to allow us to dash.
We're going to make our way toward the Gruz Mother.
Oh, the Gruz Mother, of course. No, actually, we're not going to the Gruz Mother. We would be going right here if we were going to the Gruz Mother. It's very confusing because the first couple of rooms in those splits are like identical. I've gotten it confused multiple times. So it's fun.
Yeah, it's a classic to just go the wrong way, then just reset the run.
Yeah, no. We're on our way to pick up the Mantis Claw, which is an ability that allows us to wall jump. A lot of fun platforming in this section. This one is like very fun to just do as an individual level in IL.
And coming up on pretty cool skip that'll save about 40 seconds, just because there's a lot of rooms you got to go through. Pretty much everything in Hollow Knight has a pogo hitbox, and by everything I mean not everything, but most things, including explosion particles. So that'll let us get up here pretty early. And we're going to be doing another pogo to skip going up the right side after we drop down to hit this lever.
All right. It's looking pretty clean so far. Nice. And we just did a little bait on that Mantis to get it to hit us out of that pickup animation. One saves around 3 seconds, I think.
It's always nice when that guy cooperates. So now we're on our way to the Mantis Claw.
Of course, the Mantis Claw. I think I specifically remember going back to Claw after I already got it and then being confused why I had Claw. So it works in both directions. Fun fact. All right. Gonna go up here to buy a stag for later in the run. This one costs around 50 geo, but when
around 50 geo?
Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that. It's exactly 50 geo. Imagine if it was RNG.
Just like approximately 50 geo. No one can say for sure. We haven't solved it yet.
It's in superposition. We'll never be able to tell.
So this is the Mantis Claw. She's gonna die pretty fast.
If yeah. Kind of messed that one up a little bit. There's like a quick kill that you can do, but it's all right.
Every kill was quick to me. These guys can just pretty much spawn wherever and then move wherever. So you kind of gotta hope they die in 2 fireballs, but if not, you just gotta clean them up.
Yeah. That little dash through the gate you just saw me do, where I had a lot of speed coming out of it, that's a trick called wall clean storage, where the game essentially thinks that there's a wall on your side where there's not. So that allows you to do some wacky stuff like storing dash momentum and getting an extra jump.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was bizarre. I don't know why I took so much damage.
It's kind of scary in a marathon setting.
Yeah. Oh no.
Risky for sure.
Oh no. Oh.
I'm not sure.
What am I gonna do?
I've ever seen someone die there before.
Whatever
What
will I
is he
do?
doing?
Oh no.
Wait, this backup is crazy.
That would be so sad if I failed it after all that bit. We're good.
Wait, okay, where is he going now?
All right, so we're gonna do another walking
Gonna have to
storage
reroute
here.
on the fly.
You gotta drop the bit at some point. Or are you just gonna carry it all the way to the end?
Looks like he's going for the dream now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so water preserves your wall cling storage state. So we can just carry the wall cling storage all the way across the room. It normally gets lost when you touch the ground.
Yeah.
Now, Strat, I'm assuming the only reason why you're depriving all of us of the beautiful tunes of this game is because of speed.
Yeah, it's faster not to have the music on, unfortunately.
Oh, you know what? I was streaming earlier today and I had my own stream music on and I just forgot to turn it back on. So I guess we're just gonna enjoy the nice sounds of
The nice quiet of the abyss.
The quiet abyss of the video game.
Just pretend we're always in like ancient basin. There's just no music. It's kind of creepy that way.
It is a little bit.
I think
backroomsy.
that Guanqi and I should just do the tunes for you. It's fine, right? We can
Wait,
do
no,
it.
the music is on. I think it's just quiet. What is happening?
I think chat will agree.
All right, so real quick, we're gonna pause and unpause to get control out of here. And then if you'll watch the knight's animation, we're actually gonna leave before the knight wakes up. And he's just gonna do a little belly slide.
Yeah, that's
way
gotta
out
be
of that
rough on
room.
the skin.
A lot of friction. I'm surprised like the mask hasn't eroded after all these runs.
No kidding. Try to do another wall cling storage here. This one's a little bit precise. Nice.
Oh, he's so good.
Nice. That went
Beautiful.
pretty well.
Almost as well as it could go.
We're headed into City of Tears so we can pick up our first Dreamer. A bit of a hiccup there, no big deal. All right. I'm just gonna kill these guys. Extra GM.
Not a bad choice.
Wow.
This is some quick geo routing because she just happens to be in the way for like every single speed run. Pretty much every run goes past here, and it's like an insanely fast, almost 500 geo. So it's a pretty useful place to get some geo. And here we're going to be going for another kind of wall cling storage called elevator wall cling storage.
I don't go for that one.
Unfortunately, he missed it there. And then we're just gonna hit this lever through the ground. And walking storage into the void. Nice backup. Kind of fell into the hole there for a moment.
Okay, I'll do this one for you.
Oh, he's a hero.
I messed it up. I lost time.
It
My speed
happens
run.
to the best of us. All right, lock in for the greatest boss in gaming history. Any percent 1221. No major glitches. Watcher Knights. It's time.
All right.
So here, you can fireball these guys while they're rolling, and the fireball will hit up to 3 times. And if they're bouncing, you can hit up to 2 times as well. So that's going to be a pretty big source of damage, since you know, you're getting 60 damage off that as opposed to like 5 from a nail or 20 from a normal fireball. And you want them to stack up as much as possible so you can hit them both at once as well.
All right.
Guy unfortunately lives a little bit long.
All right.
Nice dodge.
Clean.
Fairly clean. Fairly clean. Gonna be going for a funny little trick here.
So on our way to the good old Lurian.
All right.
So this is one of the 3 dreamers we need to beat the game. There's 2 more of these we're gonna go collect in this Hollow Knight No Major Glitches speedrun.
Yeah, and that's Illyrian. He is a short king. Gonna be doing the little dreamer quit out here to allow ourselves to get early control. Saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere you can skip the night waking up animation, we end up skipping it, even if it means quitting out of the entire game and then coming back in, just because the night takes forever to wake up.
Very efficient source of geo there. We get a relic, which gives us 450, and that chest gives us around 650. So very, very efficient geo source there. Coming up on a pretty big, relatively recent reroute, done by current world record holder Skate King, where we get a different relic than what we did before. And coming up, definitely one of the hardest rooms in the run, if not the hardest.
Creed, I think you mean the world record run is saved. This is the run.
It's true. Now, I not to toot my own horn, but I only bring on runners to GDQ Hotfix that get world record during my show. So Strat, just, you know, I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We had a world record Zella's Adventure stream run a few weeks back. It was great.
That's crazy.
Wow, world record during a GDQ is insane.
It's crazy that it's happened like a good number of times too, because I cannot imagine ever doing a run of any game I speedrun at GDQ and like even PBing with it.
Yeah, that's gotta be some crazy nerves too. Like you're compounding the nerves of being on a world record pace with the nerves of being on GDQ.
It's totally not that there's like 6 runners of the game and that this was the first time they were running it on emulator and it's like 40% faster on emulator.
Hey, a record's
Thank
a record.
you, Philips CDI.
All right.
Shout out Skate King.
So, Jiggy, as a casual viewer, would you say that we're witnessing some Shmovement right now?
Oh, we are witnessing some Shmovement right now. Can we get a 1 in the chat for the amount of Shmovement that we're seeing?
Yes. Glad I
Yeah.
could.
I mean, this is a cutscene right now, so there's no Shmovement.
Oh.
The stag is moving.
Yeah, he is. Gotta give it to him.
Okay, so here's my question for chat and you both. What is the what is does Shmovement actually like mean? Is it a combination of super and movement, or like where does the H come from?
I don't know. I feel like you know it when you see it, you know?
I think it's just fun to add SCH to the front of words.
No. There has to be a meaning. There has to be a meaning.
For me, it's definitely a feeling-based thing, I think.
You just feel it out.
You just know. You just know.
There's not really a visual cue for it. You just know when it's movement. So every single one of these wall cling storage chains is going to be frame perfect to keep the state off of the ground. And he's going to get 1.
Well, 0 chains. I got the wall cling storage. Though.
Yeah,
That's
got the wall cling storage. Scratch that. Anyway, this split is peak.
Crystal peaks, to be precise. Multiple
crystal peaks. They don't want you to know that.
Well, trick called Pog Axe there. Because we poke with the axe, and that's also Pog, as they say. Ooh. Oh. That room was almost good.
hitting the perfect cycle, and then, well, not perfect, but you hit the cycle, and then it fell back down afterward.
Yeah,
it's
just
crazy.
missed 1 jump. That room with the lasers is one of the hardest rooms in the game, and also one of the most annoying, because not only is it like extremely precise, it's also like somewhat RNG whether you get hit. So this makes for a very strange combination. All right. There's cycle-based movement here.
I love cycle-based movement.
All right, and here we are at the Crystal Heart. You only really need this ability for 1 room in the game, and you even technically don't need it for that. You can skip the 1 room that you do need it for with wall cling storage, but under the NMG rule set, you're not allowed to sequence break using wall cling storage. So you have to have the movement that you could normally do that with.
But not if you run OGGL. Shoutouts to OGGL.
Yeah, only glitches Gwonky likes. That's a mouthful.
Only glitches Gwonky likes. You can do that glitch and only glitches Gwonky likes.
Just got randomly hit in that room. It's always fun. Okay. I'll head to Fog Canyon to pick up our second of 3 Dreamers. And coming up on one of the most fun bosses in the run. Now, why didn't you tell them about that, Gwonky?
Oh yeah, so this is Umu. A lot of people hate this boss. I don't entirely know why. Because in my opinion, it's one of the coolest like skill expressions in the run. Pretty much everything you do is your fault. So if you lose time, it's just entirely up to you. So we're gonna see Stratus going for a 2 cycle here. The boss has 300 health. You need 150 damage every time it becomes vulnerable, and is pretty much about exactly as much as you can do. So you have to get every hit in. But yeah, as we all know, RNG doesn't kill runs, speedrunners kill runs.
It's never the game's fault ever.
Nope.
Never. If you're bad, it's because you're bad, you know?
It's a good cycle. Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Gets all 3 dream nulls. Very nice.
All right. Very nice. Very nice.
Scared me. I thought the first one was early. Well, on the bright side, Stratus played well and he is rewarded, as does the boss go.
Easy. Did a little wall cling storage there, but the only reason we can actually do that wall cling storage is because we got the C-dash ability. So, unfortunately, no skipping the ability for us.
Can I get the segment time on that split?
No, I don't have life split pulled up.
Oh, it's over. I'll never
It's running.
know.
I just don't know what it is. We're timer blind.
Oh, man.
This is Monomon. And that was Monomon. Good job.
Great job.
Do another quit.
So we're gonna be doing
control. Yeah.
Yeah, the same little early control we do at Lurian, except we use C-dash instead of Dream Null to get it. And you'll see we're like already moving when the screen fades in.
This movement is actually pretty fun. It's definitely something I would describe as Shmovement.
This is one of my favorite rooms. Nice pogo.
Thanks.
Nice C-dash.
Thank you.
Nice dash. Nice dash.
All right, coming up.
Here we got... Oh, go ahead.
Hardest trick in the run.
Hardest trick
Bang.
in the run. Bang. That's all there is to say.
That's all there is. That's all there is to it, baby.
It's easy for Stratus.
All right, so that was QGA. Stands for Queen's Garden Acid. And now we're in Queen's Garden. Imagine that. Do some doubles here. Take out these Petras and do a little Thorn Warp here.
Yeah, and check
Second
this
try,
out.
maybe?
So if you actually hit the thorns twice, it'll get your HP down, which means you can do a din quit out later. So that's going to save a little bit of time.
No, so the purpose of tanking in those thorns is because there's a hazard respawn point that just sticks out a little bit out of the thorns. So that corresponds to hazards later in the room. So we just take advantage of that to skip some movement.
Yeah, then ideally you want to take the extra damage into the thorns first for the din quit out setup later.
Now we're on the way to the last of our 3 Dreamers. Boy, time really flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? It's already almost over.
It's almost over. Just close your eyes. Soon we'll be home. Can you do it again? I missed it. Would you mind?
Yeah, hold on, let me go back real quick. Oh no. I sat on this bench, but I seem to be trapped in some way.
Looks like it trapped you, man.
How could this have happened? I thought I speedrun this game.
I feel like you might need to quit out to get out of this situation.
Yeah, let me try that actually. Let me try quitting out here and see if that puts me back where I was before.
So that's the setup we were talking about earlier with the thorn damage tanking. So that's what that's going to be for. So this will restore us back to back to full health now. And we're just gonna do a little devout skip. You just skip him.
Yep. All right.
That damage tank saves a little bit of time. Want to always make sure to get hit there.
All right. All right. That was done, and this is Hera. That's also one of the more fun rooms in the run, outside of all the RNG that you can run into with those spiders. Honestly, any like big room with a lot of vertical movement is just like extremely fun in this game.
Yeah, the vertical movement's the best. It's not going to see a quit out here because we have 1 hit of soul, and the quit out saves less time than the 1 hit of soul that we have does. Because we're going to need that for the stag toll. $288 geo.
Yeah, we've got a lot.
As you can see, this guy is a little bit greedy.
Got a lot to bribe the final boss with.
Likes to hoard as much money for himself as he can. He's a good guy, though.
You're gonna notice me actually doing these little wiggles here. That actually makes the bell, the stag, show up a little bit faster. It's kind of a funny little piece of tech there. All right, already at the end of the run. Goes by fast when you're having fun.
Yep, and then we're going to do a little turnaround there just to hit a little invisible trigger, but going into the final boss. This is where the geo count is going to come in handy. So the amount of geo you have actually changes the starting attack, and the rest of the attacks are pretty much follow based on what the first one is. So
do you come up with all this off the top of your head? That's Gonki's just lying for fun right now.
What we're gonna want to do is miss exactly 1 hit on the chains. We're just gonna want to whiff, and that's gonna be an RNG minute. Oh, it looks like you messed it up, but.
All right, so this is our big bro, if you will.
Who's that guy? I thought that the final boss was Massive Moss Charger.
Oh, you may be right, actually. I don't know what I'm doing here.
This is the True Knight, as opposed to the False Knight.
Oh.
Looking for a lot of the dash attacks, because we're able to multi-hit THK. This attack is also pretty good.
Dash
that one is the one that you want to avoid. You're basically just unable to attack him when he does that. Ouch. Safety kill here.
Yeah, you can only do 1 damage per hit to him during these self-stab attacks. So you kind of just gotta hope he doesn't do it, but there's one scripted one in the middle of the fight.
That's unfortunate. Normally we go for something called Scream Skip there, where we try to damage tank out of the animation. But
I like your Gwonky impression.
thank you. No, but sometimes THK just does the scream instantly, and it's not reactable. So quite unfortunate that we got it there, but it's all right.
What a game!
And I'll call time when it happens. And Wait for it. Time.
The cue being when the dead pixel in the middle of a screen goes away.
Very, very funny. All right, GG. In game time, that was a 32-25. That's actually pretty solid. For a,
You said, what was it?
a 32-25.
Wow. I think that's only a second off world record.
I was actually curious. Do you actually do the in-game time, or how does it work?
Hollow Knight time's using loadless time, load remove time, because
okay.
If you have differences between different PCs in this game add up to like minutes over the course of a run. So the community just decided to use loadless time to make things a little bit more fair.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was really great. 37-18 on our timer. Really, really cool. Really great. Thank you so much for showing off that awesome run there, Strat. For everybody that's watching at home, make sure you go follow Stratus and make sure you go follow Gwanky. Stratus, why don't you give a little bit of a shout out and tell everybody what you're up to on your channel?
Yeah, so lately I've been doing a lot of any percent. Maybe thinking about going back to true ending here in a little bit, trying to improve that world record. So definitely check that out if you're interested in Hollow Knight speedrunning. If you're interested in doing Hollow Knight speedrunning yourself, you can check out the Hollow Knight speedrunning Discord, which is linked in Hollow Knight's speedrun.com page right there at the top. It just says Discord. Click on that and you can get started speedrunning for yourself if you're interested. So
and I've been working on the YouTube a little bit. I just put out 2 videos on this guy right here, this Stratus guy. They're really great videos.
They're very entertaining, I will say.
But yeah, so it's Gwanky on YouTube. That's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this incredible run. Thank you, Gwanky, for the awesome commentary. It was a lot of fun. But don't go away, everybody. Don't go away. Up next, we got... All right, welcome back, everybody, to GDQ Hotfix Shmovement Weekend. And I just want to say, I think we need to start a chant, all right? I want you all to say, we want Celeste. We want Celeste. We want Celeste. We want Celeste. I'm ready, and I think we should get right into it. We are going to jump right in to Celeste All Hearts with Eugene, LM Jax, and Sevadra.
Hi, I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Eugene, the current 202 Berries world record holder. I'm primarily a Celeste speedrunner, but I've also dabbled in pretty much every other possible aspect of the game in the last 4 years I've been actively playing. I'm excited to be showcasing the All Hearts category today. There's a lot of cool stuff in the run, so I hope you all enjoy it. With me on comms, I have Sevadra and LM Jax. Feel free to introduce yourselves.
Got it. Hi, I'm Sevadra. I'm also a runner of this game. Been running for almost 3 years at this point. Holy God, where does the time go? I've also kind of dabbled in basically everything that this game has to offer and more. I'm most known for my ventures in the Strawberry Jam mod as the in the intermediate lobby, I think. But yeah, it's excited to be here.
Yeah, oops, sorry.
I'm LM Jax. I'm a Celeste Tasser, speedrunner, event organizer, yada yada. Super excited to be here. All Hearts is my favorite category. Very excited to be on comms for this.
I was gonna say, just going into this, I'm super excited about this All Hearts run. It's gonna be a blast to watch, and I'm ready to see you do it, Eugene. Whenever you're ready.
Alrighty, then someone can give me a countdown, and we can get started.
Got you. All right, go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin.
All right. So as I jump through prologue, I can talk a little bit about the category, All Hearts. So of course, we want to get all the hearts. There's 24 of them across 8 chapters, which doesn't include Farewell. And each have 3 sides. So there's the A side, which is the main story. And then there's B sides and C sides, which are harder versions that you can unlock. The progression works in a really cool way. So we're going to be explaining that a little bit later as we get through the run. For now, we're going to be going into chapter 1A side, which we're going to be calling 1A. So maybe you can talk a little bit about the basic mechanics of the game.
Sure. Madeline's basic toolkit is composed of jumping, dashing, and grabbing. And the game is super loose with how you can combine those. So there's tons of movement options in this run. Right off the bat here, we see dash cancels in a variety of means. We see super dashes, hyper dashes like that, and wall bounces like that. So canceling the dash allows you to keep the speed and also build up speed and preserve momentum through a lot of these rooms. That right there was a corner boost. That is canceling a dash with a climb jump on a wall. And right away, we're headed to the 1A heart. Each of the blue A-side hearts here have a little puzzle associated with them. This one has a dash code that we can input as we go out through the room here. And the retry skips the animation of the heart coming in. And save and quit skips the poem text there. So a little bit of menuing there to save in-game timer, which is the primary timing method of Celeste speedruns.
As a quick note, there are 24 hearts, as Eugene mentioned, to be playing A-side, B-sides, and C-sides. We will not be playing Farewell in this run, as that heart is fake and doesn't exist.
Also, we're coming up to this last checkpoint. There's two really cool things back to back, so keep your eyeballs open. The first one's going to be a lift boosted wall bounce. I'm going to take use of this momentum, get a humongous wall bounce, and let me see if I can hit this strat. Awesome.
Very nice.
So that's an RCB, or reverse corner boost. You'll see it again later, so we'll explain it then. But for now, we're actually going to be entering 1B. So the first thing you'll notice is going to be the awesome music. And there's a fun fact. The B-side music is how I got into Celeste. And not just from like listening to the OST. I initially heard it from a heavily edited meme video with Fortnite gameplay. So a really weird way to get into a game that you'd play for like the next 4 years of your life.
The Fortnite to Celeste pipeline is a treacherous one indeed. That's kind of crazy. I never would have expected that.
There's gonna be like a really cool thing coming up here. Maybe you guys can explain it.
So spikes only kill you if you are like jumping into their hitbox from the direction opposite of where they are facing. You saw Eugene jump off of the corner of the block there. You have a little bit of like leniency when it comes to jumping off of corners and such. You can also see that kind of here. There was like a corner kick there. But Madeline can basically jump off of blocks that have spikes on their corners, and you'll also see later she can also jump off of walls that like coming from the direction of the spikes as well.
Oh man. Spike at 1 can really get you.
There you go.
As a general note of the layout of the run here, you can we mentioned earlier that there was A-sides, B-sides, and C-sides. The A-sides, we are playing for the hearts and the cassettes. As per the objective of all hearts, collect all the hearts. You have to get the hearts in the A-side, and then the cassettes will unlock the B-side, which also have a heart. You'll see Eugene enter the last room here in a little bit. The B-sides will end on a heart room. It's like reminiscent of the cassette room from the A-side. So this is how the progression works. Once Eugene collects this heart, can sever the skyline RTM, and it unlocks the next chapter.
Right off the bat here, we're going to have our next blue heart. Right away, no time to waste. These screen transitions give you your dash back, so you can sort of go up through these vertical rooms here, and that's where the heart is hidden.
Here, instead of save and quitting, we restart the chapter because you just go straight up from the spawn.
This is actually one of the shortest segments in the run until C-sides, with the heart right at the start here and the cassette located also in this start checkpoint. We'll be seeing a very cool cassette room strat hopefully coming up here. This was a cycle not done for a few years. With a tight grounded ultra there and a nice ultra there,
Clean.
we can save over 3 seconds on the next fastest cycle in that room. Huge time save.
So cool.
For a game like this.
That cycle is pretty hard to hit without a good entry, but of course Eugene Shmovement King. There's some good Shmovement in this category, even among the B-sides, which are like supposed to be harder versions of the A-sides. The A-sides are a lot more free-flowing in terms of movement, but you can definitely get some good movement out of the B-sides. It's the really cool thing about this
Thank you
category.
for saying the thing. You said the thing. You said
I said the
name.
thing.
You said the thing. You did the thing.
This is Shmovement the game. So much time save in this game is found in 0.1 and 0.2 second time saves by taking a small reroute or really optimizing a landing, for instance. Top level play is heavily rewards good movement.
Gonna sit here. There's a little ledge you can sit on. The spike doesn't actually take up the full space.
Yeah, the hitbox of the spike is like literally like 3 pixels, like starting from the base of the spike. The rest of it is just decoration, spook factor.
Spook factor. A couple weeks late on that one.
Here we see another little spike jump off the dream blocks. That's also a thing with kind of the progression of this run. Like every chapter has its own unique mechanic. You saw the zip blocks in the first chapter that like run on a track, and then here you have the dream jelly blocks that you dash through. And you can just skip this room entirely.
Yeah, that strat is called based alter skip. I don't know if I have time to explain that.
It's a long story, basically. Yeah.
Okay, here we get into 3A now that we finished 2B. And here's where you can really start to see like a lot of Madeline's movement capabilities. There's not like a specific like entity gimmick with this chapter. It's more just a claustrophobic type of chapter where you enter the hotel, and also has these dust bunny cycles. So a lot of the movement is avoiding these cycles, and at the same time it's not necessarily cycle locked because you can really get through these very fluidly when taken with the right approach.
Yeah, this chapter is so fun to play at high level. It really rewards like practicing and learning good movement to hit cycles. Really fun chapter to play well.
Yeah, it looks really impressive when done well.
All right, we're going to be entering Huge Mess. There's 3 different types of color that we're going to have to help Oshiro clean up. And typically in 90%, you do this going down first. But here we're actually going to get the heart. So we want to go into towels, which is on the right. And I need to make sure I don't forget to get it because it's happened before.
Okay, maybe we can have chat remind you.
Yeah.
Please don't forget the heart. Right. Go back up through this little backtrack here to get to the heart as per. It's a little puzzle, I guess, like from the devs. And here's the heart room.
Wait.
And Eugene, yo.
No, I'm just kidding. So
Okay.
so that's intentional. And of course, you do the saving point to skip the heart animation. So basically, the devs don't expect you to like re-enter from there. So when the game spawns you back in, it puts you at the closest spawn point, which is up here. So you can actually skip talking to Oshiro once, which saves time.
Yeah, that warp is pretty huge. It allows for this whole route through Huge Mess to be very fast. And even with the heart animations and backtracking to it, this route loses, I believe, less than 10 seconds over the any % Huge Mess order. So this is the fastest blue heart in the game, actually.
been coming out of books that like second mess hub was just, it's just super simple, super clean.
Yeah, and actually, an older route through this checkpoint to get the heart would do this bottom section first and then go into towels on the right. But with the hub movement in the order that Eugene did, that this ends up being a couple seconds faster.
So coming into elevator shaft here, got a couple more rooms here before the cassette into 3B. Should be noted also something, just a subtle thing, well maybe not subtle, but difference between the A sides and the B sides is the music. The music is pretty good throughout the game in case you haven't heard of it. And I think 3B is among my favorite tracks in the game, like top 3 for sure.
It's so good. It was in the Fortnite video.
I would not be surprised. It's a good track. It's got that energy. I mean, just listen.
This song is so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, 3B is a general level. It's just a ramped up version of the 3A. A little tighter in terms of the cycles.
Oh, there's a
and
cool thing
a lot
here.
more like kind of short rooms. Oh.
You can do a little corner slip, jump in the air, and you can skip the room.
Woo!
That's possible because of coyote time, because the devs are nice and you get a little bit of leniency after walking off the ground. You can still jump a little bit, so you end up jumping in the air.
No, it's just a strat, I guess. No big deal. Yeah, just flying through the B-sides here. The B-sides generally being shorter than the A-sides is another just key difference between the A-sides and the B-sides. But again, they're just harder.
Coming to the rooftop now, we're busting out. Let me see if I can get over this by bonking Oshiro. No! Okay. I tried to land on like this tiny little bit of ground. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Huge.
You just don't expect to land there, but it just works.
Yeah, roof tiles are like oddly off center. And so there's like half a tile or something that you can stand on there and be safe to regain your dash.
You may not have noticed it, but Eugene looked like they almost died there for a bit. It was less close than it looked because moving entities have a delayed hitbox.
And here we'll see a...
Oh, I missed the demo.
Oh. It's okay.
There's another one.
There we go.
Nice. There's a backup.
So Madeline's crouching hitbox is 4 pixels tall, and you can use that to do a crouch dash. And it just so happens that the gaps between many hazards in this game are also 4 pixels tall. So that was I believe, full height jump. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Into doing a pixel perfect, frame perfect crouch dash, but with pause buffering, of course, it is not a frame perfect input to actually perform the dash.
Coming into Ridge 4A, the general mechanics here are the wind and some clouds that disappear, or some pink clouds when you step on them, and then like otherwise give you a small like lift boost as you jump off of them. But this section is relatively short, and we will also see a surprise mechanic later that may or may not be troublesome. But for now, that was a clean cassette room. I've actually never seen that corner boost off of the cassette block in that room.
It coming up, there's going to be a spiked wall bounce setup. Let me see if I can hit this. Awesome.
Nice.
Actually not as bad as it looks. The windows are actually quite lenient. And then here I'm going to try to do a little wall bounce. You can get this heart without doing the puzzle, which is awesome because it's fast.
Yes, you're meant to stand on the block at the bottom of that room for a few seconds, and then you can interact with the background to get up to the heart, but that's slow. So Eugene doesn't do that.
And into 4B. Just like that. Now, this B-side being revolving around something you had seen very briefly on the A side, but mostly these auto-scroller blocks. Well, there's a good chunk of this level that's kind of auto-scroller locked. So there's still a bit of Shmovement that we had here. There was once upon a time, before my time in this game, but once upon a time, there was a tournament dedicated specifically to optimizing this level and this level alone. And we do get some pretty cool things as a result of it, so keep your eyes peeled.
That's just such a creative idea. Like, what we all don't like this level. Let's just make a tournament to see who can make it the best level. Like, that's a great idea.
I can't speak to how it was in the community eye, but I know I like this level.
It's just interesting because a lot of times when I think of what are some of the worst parts about platformers, and it's auto scrollers. So the fact that, you know, you were able to make an auto scroller still have Shmovement is pretty cool.
Yeah, like that skip there, like that's super with the lift boost off of the moving platform. It's really cool.
The world record here is pretty crazy. There's lots of skips that you can do off of these auto scrollers. One of the first ones we saw in the chapter actually can be almost entirely skipped, but it's extremely precise, and that's definitely not something you would have seen in a tournament setting.
Oh. Move the block out of the way. I believe this is the last auto scroller room in the level. In the room, yep.
Also true.
Into Eye of the Storm. I think this checkpoint is the most movement heavy of the checkpoints because it doesn't have an auto scroller that you just have to wait for.
All right, so those coins, I don't really need them. Just jump off this corner, and I'm chilling.
Yeah, there are quite a few times in this run where you see a room full of coins and you're like, yeah, we could skip that. It's no big deal. That ultra is cool.
Nicely done.
All right.
Nice.
So, lucky for you, we're entering Mirror Temple, and this is the highest density of cool stuff going on, which is what we're here for, Shmovement. There's probably like 7 like cool things, and this 5A section is already pretty short, but there's just so much going on. I'll point them out when they happen. The first one's going to come up. It's a forward wave dash. And it doesn't look that bad, but like it is a lot tighter than you'd expect. And the next one that's going to come up is going to be, as soon as we enter depths, the second checkpoint. You might have seen it if you've seen some any percent speedruns. You enter the checkpoint from up here, you actually get warped over to the button. Very cool. Woo! And this one is famous. Of course, everyone knows that's corner boost.
Speed.
And now we're just going to make our way to the cassette. And yeah, maybe you could talk a little bit about some of the stuff you can do with the cycle in those kind of rooms.
Yeah, cassette block cycles are actually tied to the music. which advances in real time. But dashes pause the in-game timer for 3 frames each dash. So you saw on that block, and you'll get to see it again in about 8 seconds, that Eugene does these dashes while waiting to pause the IGT. And that saves probably about 5 seconds. No, not that much over the course of the run. It's a couple seconds though. And now we will make our way back to get the key required to get to the 5A heart.
Surely there's a quick one we can pick up somewhere nearby.
I sure hope so.
I sure hope you don't have to go all the way around and do the long, arduous task. Wait, you're not going around and doing the long, arduous task. Oh
man,
my
nicely done.
god.
That was super fast.
Awesome.
That was clean, yeah.
You can pause some very specific inputs, and then you can just basically just skip going all the way around. It's one of the super cool strats you'll see here. And there's still more, which is really awesome. This is why
this is such a cool
so
split in the chapter, or in the category rather.
Yeah. So this next one here, we're at the heart. Remember the RCB that we did in City? We do one here.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're out of there.
So that reverse corner boost is doing a climb jump as you pass a wall from underneath, and it allows you to cancel the dash state and preserve the speed from the dash after you clear the wall. And that allows for making it to the heart directly, saving like 5 seconds of going around.
All right, now we have Chamber Boost, a very recent development, one of the biggest time saves in any percent in a while. So Zcat and Sede, they made a post making it humanly viable. Tio made some improvements, and then I made the rest of the improvements into the 2 versions that we have today. Mild and spicy Chamber Boost. So I'm gonna have to focus to hit this. Awesome.
Very
It's
nice.
so
Saves 4
easy.
seconds, which is huge. Okay.
Yeah, again, this is a game of 0.1s and 0.2s. 4 seconds is pretty massive. So what you saw there was a multi-boost off the block at the start of that room, and that works because the block's like speed giving property lasts for 9 frames after you leave it. So you can jump, dash, and then do another reverse corner boost, pausing because all of those inputs are frame perfect to have the proper speed. And then you can then make it through the rest of the room with that speed. And that skips going out the top and doing a death warp. And yeah, very, very huge strat.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like the general like prevalence of pause buffering and the innovation of the strats that like have been used with it in the past year and a half or so, it's been really cool to see making stuff like that possible. Like just rip it straight from the task, or even don't rip it straight from the task, but like do a variation of it.
Yeah, typically
It's
inspired,
so cool.
and a lot of I guess tweaks and iterations need to be made to make it easy for humans and still save time, right?
Now we're here into Theo. You like Shmovement, where you have a big rock you have to carry, but not to worry because you can still Shmove with Theo. You'll see Eugene doing a bunch of reverse hypers and hypers into Theo. By picking up Theo, you can cancel Madeline's dash speed, which basically just lets you carry it into her normal movement while holding Theo. Because walking with Theo normally is very slow, and we obviously don't want to do that here. So Mixmaster is a very cool segment in terms of cool movement. And yeah, that's 5B.
Alrighty, 6A introduces a few new mechanics. Right off the bat, you see feathers here. These have analog control, but Eugene, being on keyboard, has to tap to do these smooth lines. You get used to it, trust me. And then in the next room, we're going to see a very precise wall bounce to skip going to the right and then using a Kevin block, which we'll see shortly afterwards. Right there, very nicely done. That's leg skip. And then that Kevin block that I mentioned, you'll see at the top of this room, they are blocks that you dash into the sides of to move them. And we'll be seeing plenty more of that in 6B once we are there.
The dreaded 6B. Won't be for a little bit, but it does approach.
All right, so to get to the cassette, I'm actually going to do a strat called pause sensibility. Do a 1 frame hyper there. Oh, okay, I barely missed it. But you can basically do an ultra off of all that speed, and you can fly it all the way to the cassette. And the best part is there's so many different strats to get to this cassette. They all have like different names, and like they all have like wildly different speeds. It's really cool.
Yeah, there's nonsense, there's sensible strats, there's super non-sensible strats. I actually forgot the third variation, but
There's too many.
there's a handful. And then here into the 6A Heart Room. This is a rendition of the dash puzzle from 1A that you saw Eugene just breeze through, which we will do the same here because we have a preset set of dashes that we do in order to solve all 4 puzzles.
Yeah, that was so fast. You saw Eugene there save a ton of time by making sure to be in the water and inside that little nook on the right, so that we're not flailing around at the end of dashes, and enter that whole 24 dash code sequence really quickly.
It's really satisfying to like learn and then do.
Yeah.
And here it is, the 6B. So apart from the feathers and Kevin's, there are also bumpers, which are little launcher things that kind of nudge around in their little spots as they do, because moving bumpers, yep, that was certainly a decision. But this level is very infamously the hardest level in at least the any percent run. I would argue it's among the top levels of difficulty here in this run as well, and as such it's very easy to take really long or like really obnoxious deaths, but as such it's also the it's also the space where I think it's the B-side that you get the most benefit out of movement from.
Yeah, totally. Top level times here are like 355, to where like a more like even high level runners will still often get like 4-1x, and that's like a 20-second gap is pretty crazy for a level like this. As you can see, there are hazards everywhere. But yeah, still lots of room for like strat innovation and options.
It's all attributed to all those mini time saves that Jax had mentioned earlier. It's just, you'll see Eugene in some of these falling sections do some diagonals to save the occasional 0.2, see some dash refreshes off of Kevin's in order to also get extra dashes and again save more 0.2s like that one. It's just it's a full thing. Overall, this has been relatively clean.
Very nice demo dash there. That gap is larger than the usual 4 pixels that I mentioned earlier. I think it's like 8, which makes it a 2-frame input most of the time.
That was not that large before, but then the devs made it that large. So shout outs to the devs.
True.
And here
now we're in the battle line fight.
Yeah.
So here we see this is sort of the boss fight of the chapter and of the game, honestly, in each of these rooms. Oh my gosh, that's a great reverse ultra.
Clean.
Nice.
It's so good.
That ultra is the fastest way to skip the feather in that room, and is super precise. Very nice
that is
job hitting
harder
that.
than it looks.
And it looks hard.
Right. Yeah, the second half of this level in particular, in these battle and fight rooms, it is just particularly easy to take a stupid long death. But Eugene gets through rock bottom cleanly, and now into the final checkpoint. There is
Coming up on another multi-boost strat right here. Very nicely done.
And then there's Ultra that you can use, or that you can get by jumping off of the moving block and then dashing the frame after.
A small thing that happened Oh, actually, no, I'm lying. I thought I died in that last stream. I did a little adjustment. I was gonna like mention a small nuance, but it didn't even happen.
Okay.
But yeah, like
So true.
there is a little difference on death in certain rooms. Certain rooms, like you're depending on a certain battle and knockback, and it's different on entry and on death. So sometimes you have to adjust on the fly. But I just got a little bit mixed up, but it is a cool thing to know.
Then here into the second last room of the level, longest room here in said level. Laser cycle is particularly mean if you're trying to go on the fastest cycle, but Eugene gets it through no problem. Then here in the cassette room, you actually get more out of the freeze frames because the bumpers have more freeze frames than dashing, so some extra time save. And then the cassette jump there, you get lift boost off of cassette blocks, so that's a mechanic.
Yes, as cassette blocks spawn back in, they move up 1 pixel, so that was a boosted jump at the end of the chapter. Because Celeste.
Celeste.
I think it's to make them look kind of 3D or something.
Speaking of Celeste, in the summit. So this chapter is big, long, and we play a lot of the A side here. Why? Because there are not just the heart, but there are gems that you have to get in every checkpoint in order to obtain said heart. And then the heart is also near the end of the level. So in every checkpoint, there is a crystal gem that looks kind of like that. And we get them in order to traverse through the level. This makes a good amount of like routing through the level really interesting, and particularly 500 meters, because the 80% route just goes up to the right, but Eugene is going to go to the left here. And you would normally go to the left here if you were getting the berries. You may have seen like an all red berries run, but you go into this room in order to get the gem. And then very niche application here, you retry in only this category with the hearts, because you do not need to go back down in order to get the berries, which is what you would see in a 100% run otherwise. So there's a good amount of nuance with this checkpoint when it comes to the routing differences. I just think that tidbit is really cool.
And then, of course, Summit is a remix of every level here. So as we sort of ascend the mountain again, we are playing through each level's theme with 2 dashes this time. And that, in this checkpoint, allows us to do Dream Block Hypers, which, as you exit a Dream Block, to add leniency on the jump timing, the devs made it so that you're treated as if you are standing on ground, and you have coyote time, which allows you to jump for a few frames after leaving the dream block. And additionally, that allows us to hyperdash out of them. I've already seen it a couple times, and you'll see it more in the coming rooms.
Very nice. There's also a very subtle, like you may be able to hear it sometimes. You may be able to hear it sometimes when Eugene is doing jumps out of the dream blocks. There's actually like 2 sounds, like 2 little whoops coming out. You can jump twice out of these dream blocks because of the way being able to buffer jumps out of the block work. And then you also get coyote time after buffering a jump, so you can do a second one, and it gives you more speed.
Heading into 1.5K here, we're going to have the cassette shortly, if you want to talk about that, Gene.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to get the cassette in the next room from here. There's 2 really cool strats. The first one is a cassette boost, like we talked about before. This one's by Abby. And this one, you can do a really cool ultra from up there. That's by Math Hacker.
Very nice.
Clean. The cassette jump looks so fun.
It's fun and easy.
Is that first strat required to get the cycle for the second one?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I believe I remember seeing a demo, but I may be spreading this information on the internet.
And there's the gem, featuring another retry to get back to the start of the room.
And bip bam bop through 1,500 meters. Going to be coming into 2,000 meters here. So, sort of interesting thing about this checkpoint when it comes to the full game context and gems. The gem is off to the side here, but it's also really close to the start of the checkpoint. So, similar to how we restart chapter for the 2A blue heart, after collecting this gem, we can RTM and re-enter at the start of 2,000 meters to save the time from otherwise going through the backtrack. You'll get to see some more Shmovement things. Snowballs exist, by the way. That's a thing that didn't happen in the 4A, but they do exist. You're getting through auto-scroller skip, which is the faster method of the formerly known auto-scroller skip in that room.
And that was a boosted neutral jump. Like I was mentioning earlier, if you jump within 9 frames of leaving a block, you can get the boosted jump effect there. So that saves a couple tenths of a second to climb the exit to that room faster. Headed into the next checkpoint, we will also be going left. Crazy, I know, going left in a 2D platformer, but gotta do it twice.
Never before seen.
That's where all the gems are.
It is. Oh wait, you go left in 500 meters? Not 0 meters, though.
So you would go left more often if you played mirror mode, but nobody likes variants. Yeah, that bubble
Here we've
ride
got-
there was unavoidable, but here the gem room into just the next part of the level. And then do a wall bounce through the transition there. You can sort of like retain your state through transitions in specific situations, and that's one such case of being able to dash through and then keep the state to do the wall bounce after the transition.
See another instance of a multi-boost coming up. This one, not quite as flashy, but you can climb jump 3 times in quick succession right there to get a bunch of speed into that battle line orb. And then we are into 3,000 meters.
Woo! Let's go, best part of the level!
Oh, flag 30.
Everyone start your counts.
It's 30.
What if we go
29.
down the mountain? Just like, what if you just go down?
We did that once.
That's no fun.
You kind of like skipped the cutscene when that happened
28.
in 6A.
Yeah, the lore is that it does happen in 6A. So we did do that once. So technically, we've already climbed most of the mountain twice, and now we're gonna do it a third time with 7B.
Okay, yeah, sorry, that was a bait. We don't play 3K there. So your count ends at 28. That's officially the smallest number. Thank you for watching.
Celeste is over. I'm kidding. It's not over. It's not even close to over.
Now we play best level. This level is so cool.
This level is great. Being, a B-side, it's the harder version of 7A. Does the entire thing, the whole double dash through all the mechanics, but in harder variations, and like also has the banger track TM of the speedrun.
Yeah, it's awesome. And more Eugene lore. I listen to this in my commutes. I guess just like B-side music, just in general, is just really good.
Gives you that little pep in your step. I think this music as well just fits a certain vibe. I like this song a lot.
Yeah, very vibey.
Eugene makes this game look so easy, but it's so hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Lots of hours spent practicing the Shmovement.
Oh my god, the word.
Type 1 in the chat if you've beaten Celeste. That's a real question. Like it's not a far-fetched thing that, because I feel like a lot of people have not beaten this game because it's so hard.
I think I might have beaten this game. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
I'll have to see
I would
your
say
one
it's
in the
also-
chat.
It's also the hardest game that wants you to beat it. The checkpoints are forgiving. There's lots of leniency mechanics. We've only talked about a few of them. But this game does want you to beat it. Though in some of these harder B-sides, it may not feel like it.
I'm seeing a few twos.
cool.
Don't worry. Keep trying at it. It's a hard game.
Also, beating the game can be at whatever point in the game you want. Like some people are completionists; they want to do like literally everything. But like if you're completely happy doing whatever amount of the game you want, that's also very valid.
Yeah. All right, the 0 to 500 or 0 to 1K were pretty like tame and chill, but here's where stuff kind of really starts with this level. These cycles are a decent bit tighter than in the A side and in 3A overall, but Eugene will get through them very flawlessly. Entry cycles are very important in this section because dying in any room like throws the cycle just off like by super whack amounts.
There's also interesting
well
rooms
done.
with like respawn points in the middle where you need to learn like a different combination of entry and death strats. So like
Yeah.
it gets pretty I guess overwhelming if you're not used to learning that many different strats.
It's a little messy, but thankfully don't have to deal with that. Very clean in there, and here in 2K, not too long, but I recently discovered there's a strat with another with a snowball super in that room.
Yeah, there's actually a ton of options for movement in that room. It's a lot.
That's like the best part of the game, honestly. Like every room, like I'm not over exaggerating. There's at least 10 strats in every room. And actually, speaking of cool strats, in the third room here, so I'm in the second, there's gonna be a really funky corner boost. Normally, you climb jump over the wall, but this one's a little different. Here, let me try it again. The wall clears you, so you do a climb jump on the wall, and then the wall goes up. So in front of Malin, there's nothing, so you get your speed back. So to the game, it's all the same. Like you do a climb jump off a wall, and then the wall disappears. So it's a corner boost.
Huge.
Oh my gosh, you scared me.
Yeah, I
It's
I
so
didn't
chill.
get the momentum off that block, and that's happened to me so many times. I'm ready.
Now into 7B3K. The count is smaller, but there are still flags to count, so you can start from, I guess, 18 now, since it was kind of glossed over. And they go a lot quicker in these early sections, so type your numbers fast.
There you saw Eugene do a bunch of buffered dashes. That's a dash sequence basically that lets you get through all of those springs really quickly while gaining height the whole time. And here, you're going to see one of Eugene's golden strats. Yes, they did this with the Golden Berry in their 202 runs. A paused demo hyper and demo dash through the spinners. And is that faster, Eugene?
No, but it looks so good. It looks so cool. Like you gotta do it.
It's true. It does look very, very, very cool.
Yet another win for the Pause Buffer Nation.
Little known fact, grabbing is disabled on this flag.
True. Only this flag. Nobody ever has ever been able to grab on that flag, and if you have, you're a liar.
Whoa. Are you spreading misinformation on the internet?
No.
I would
wouldn't
never
do that.
You'll be contacted by my team shortly.
Okay.
See, here in Flag 8 and 7, the game teaches you how to wall bounce, which Eugene will promptly start using in order to progress through the rest of the level. logically how it works is because they weren't taught how to wall bounce before, they can now start using it in their speedruns.
Whoa.
So
By the way,
Check out that demo.
that's a demo dash at a max height hyper, easier than intended strat. And then we're gonna have another demo coming up here shortly.
Oh,
oh,
I messed up the jump prior. Awesome.
There we go.
nice.
I checked the window on that because it's a buffered down dash into right. So it's actually a vertical position window, and it's humongous because it's at the bottom of the cloud. So it's really cool how some strats, it just ends up being like super lenient.
Here we have the hardest heart room in the game, probably.
Yeah, this heart room is a lot of waiting. You can opt to do a lot of dashes to skip something or save some time with these waiting, like if you want to, but it is very safe to just not do that because the clouds can be kind of funny sometimes. But yeah,
Nice.
that's 7B.
Now, if you've been counting, that's only 14 hearts. And we don't have much time left in the run. But we are now into the core.
There's a secret 8th option.
Eugene, what did I say about missing a heart?
No, I'll get 10 more, I promise.
What did I say?
Oh my gosh, chat, do you think they have 4 hearts? Oh, okay, they do. Whew.
That was a close one. I'm tall enough for this
Imagine.
ride.
Nobody would ever go into core without 4 hearts, ever, in any Celeste context. So into the core, there's this mechanic in the core is you don't get dash refreshes from anything from dash crystals. You also have these conveyors that you can use the momentum from in order to get big wall bounce speeds. And then you also have core switches, which switch from hot and cold. That also affects the properties of these blocks. And you'll see Eugene do big core hyper there. So similar to Dream blocks, you can get Coyote time off of the end of the core blocks launching you. And if you do that off of the side of a core block, then it's treated as your typical Coyote time where you're on the ground and you can do a hyper from the side of the core block.
Yeah, you also get the momentum of the block added to it, just like a lot of the other things that we've seen. So it ends up getting like a humongous speed hyper.
It's my personal favorite mechanic in the game just because I really like the vibe of this level. I really like, the puzzle of using your dashes more conservatively and properly as opposed to doing things everywhere. And also just the Heart of the Mountain. Yeah, Heart of the Mountain as a song. That's just it.
Yeah, the OST for this chapter is so good, for sure.
I could show Lena Rain all day. Shoutouts to Lena Rain.
There we
And
saw
all of-
another lift boosted wall bounce off a conveyor.
And here in the final room of the vertical section of Heart of the Mountain. So this level is kind of unique in that the last checkpoint is pretty long. I mean, the 7A 3K is also pretty long compared to the rest of 7A, but we don't play that in this run. This checkpoint is, I believe, half of the level in terms of times. But you go from a vertical to a horizontal, and the lava becomes sandwich.
Probably more, isn't it? Like 2 minutes? 2 of like 3.5 minutes?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'd say there's more. But I also I see this mechanic with the sandwich lava, and I can only think of Kaizo Mario 3, which is like grassroots, like kind of core memory game of mine. So whether intentional or not, I appreciate the devs for this this mechanic.
fun fact, you can soft lock by leaving the left side of this room in ice mode. I showed that to Sev and Eugene a couple days ago.
it was funny. I was not ready for it.
You just wouldn't want to go backwards, right? Like, how do you even find that out?
I feel like we're also two different people here, Sev. You said that Kaizo Mario 3 is a core video game to your childhood. Is that what you said?
Hey, listen,
did I hear that correctly?
we went a little fast in that room. I will not address the allegations right now.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking like, what's a core video game to me is like vanilla Super Mario Sunshine, and you're talking about Kaizo Mario 3.
To be fair, it's more of a teenhood thing than a childhood thing, but yeah.
Still.
Anyway, 8B.
8B,
You saw we did in fact have 15 hearts. That's a good thing. If we didn't, that would be bad.
So 8B, B side of AA, same mechanic, harder version. You know the drill. There's a lot going on in this level.
Ooh, are we seeing a demo here?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No, we got to do it. Yeah.
So true.
There we go. Saving a dash until the end of that room allows you to hyper in, and then again, just like 7B at the max height of the hyper, you can do a demo dash to go through hazards.
Yeah, there's a good deal of stuff going on in this level. It may not be everyone's favorite level, but there is some movement. There's some movement.
Loki,
Yeah.
this room is like one of the hardest in the level. That start jump is so precise.
Also, this core block, the trajectory is so heavily affected by the grab that you initially go at the height.
Oh,
Good try.
One around.
There is a demo there that you can do, but it's entry cycle only. Yet another corner kick. There's a few more corner kicks in this level. This is a good setup to the starts of these rooms. But here in second checkpoint of AP, it's mostly just all about getting through some of these rehash rooms. This room, kind of long, but also having a bunch of snow or ice ball cycles.
nice. Very nicely done in all those cycle rooms. Here,
heartbeat.
that is another spike wall bounce. So as Seb mentioned earlier in, I think 1B it was, if you're moving away from spikes, they don't kill you. And so that up dash ends before you're in the spike, and then you can hold away from the wall to move very slightly away and get a wall bounce well inside the spike.
And then this room here, it's a cute little reference to just everything else in the game. Very fun. And into the horizontal section.
Oh wow,
I'm surprised I made that.
that was a
That's
that was a really precise turnaround. I'm surprised you went for that.
Here, Eugene will abuse the fact that screen suggestions refresh your dashes in order to do some hypers through the transitions and get both of the dashes back to use in the further parts of the room.
Oh. Yeah, grabbing these blocks is so particular. To get the high launch, you need to grab near the top. And that's actually a pretty small frame window when you're moving at max fall speed.
And then into the 8B Heart Room. It was sort of glossed over because I was getting canceled by Jiggy about my preference of video games, but this end room in core, you can go through the top and bottom. It's in low gravity-ish mode.
To clarify, I did not cancel you. I respect your ideas of video games. I'm just saying a core video game when you're a child and freaking Kaizo Mario 3.
It's a hobby.
Okay, now we've got the seasides. Beating 8B unlocks super hard variations of each level. These are each 3 rooms long and feature some of the tightest platforming that Celeste has to offer. 1C right off the bat is actually one of the hardest seasides in most speedrunners' opinion. And you'll see that throughout the last room in particular.
Yeah, these seasides are all super short, so we are nearing up on the end of the run here, despite having 8 more hearts to collect. I like to make the parallel in terms of like the progression with like the A and B sides. If you've ever played Super Meat Boy, I make the comparison that like the A and B sides are like the light world and dark world. The C sides are sort of like the expert remix, if you've ever played that.
Here, as in some other rooms in the game, we will be skipping the coins. This saves a couple of seconds in this room. You'll see, especially in the next section, like you don't need to go down here. You can just do a dream double jump and get to the last section of the room. And then Eugene will do a precise upright dash through this dream block and then climb this wall instead of using the coin block on the right. Very nice time save.
B being more relatively simple in terms of the cycles in the first 2 rooms. The seasides hold a bit of a theme where like the first 2 rooms are really short and then the 3rd room is the longest room in each level. And as a result of that, in the later seasides, the final rooms end up being some of the longest rooms that we play in the run. But we'll get to those. There are a few things to talk about there.
And you may have noticed there that bonking off of Oshiro's head is actually required to beat that last room in 3C, which can be very challenging.
Dev intended Shmovement.
We love to see it. I really do. I already ordered my my copy of that's what I call Shmovement, and this run was on it. So
into 5C. This is one of 2 seasides that have kind of funny like strats when it comes to the start of the level. You have to like wait for the screen wipe in order to like see the rest of the level, but you can do stuff before the screen wipe ends. So if you're risky or going for like IL world records, then you'll see people just move in the darkness and like pray kind of. 6C in particular is really funny with that because there's a screen wipe only bumper cycle reliant world record strat that Eugene will not do, but it involves getting a demo like under that section to save like, I think it's 0.2 or something.
And it's a 1 frame, right?
And it's a 1 frame and it only
definitely
works on the screen wipe. Like if you die in the first room, you have to restart the chapter and see the screen wipe over again.
For keyboard players, by the way, this second feather in this room, probably the hardest feather in the game. It's pretty tight on the movement required.
Even on analog, these feathers are kind of terrible because of how much you're twisting and turning.
Yeah, so Eugene's actually going for a feather boost there by holding up diagonal. You get a larger boost at the start of the feather. And here, they're going to do a strat that skips sort of the Kevin manipulation puzzle here. But this is a pretty precise left press to not die to that spike. And then you can refresh your dash up here and then fall throughout the entire room. That saves, honestly, probably close to 10 seconds.
Yeah, and Jack showed me that like 2 days ago.
Yeah, the setup for the start is the important part for having it be consistent.
that was my question. Like, are all these runs just like, or all these levels just completely solved, like down to the like frame, or are you all on in the community still pumping out new strats and ideas?
The
There's definitely still new
seasides,
strats.
the seasides tend to be closer in terms of times. Also, cool demo here. Shout out to the T-pose queue. The seasides tend to be closer in times because of the level naturally being way shorter. So those levels are probably closer to be quote unquote solved, but like the other levels, not even close.
Yeah, just in general, like for the whole game, there's always new strats to find. Especially with like chamber boost being very recent, it's a very big time save for I guess the game being like 5 years old, almost 6. Is it 6? Oh wait,
It's 6.
Almost 7.
oh
yeah.
no. Time is
Where
real.
does the time go?
Yeah, you're telling me. I've been playing this thing since 2018. All right, final level of the run. This is truly the capstone of all hearts. We've got all 23 hearts to get into this last level, and the last room is a sight to behold.
Yep.
You won't be able to see it.
Yeah, these.
That's okay.
I will try to explain things as it happens, but you're gonna see the big pause buffer strat TM. So 3 buffer jumps here at the start of the room. Eugene pauses to a specific cue and does a reverse hyper into reverse hyper ultra.
I missed the reverse.
And then
This is worth trying a few times.
it saves so much time. Reverse hyper ultra, get a climb jump off the side of the block there. It's all super specific positioning, and the pause cues are also really hard to do fast.
No.
My timing is so off.
Unpausing in Celeste has like 9 frames. So pressing inputs out of pause is something that you can learn, but it's definitely difficult at first.
All right, and then after that, did a 2-frame jump there. Gonna jump to the next dash crystal here. 2 frames after, you do an ultra, and then jump there, buffer that jump, and down dash, and then start. Madeline just goes completely off screen, so you have to use the pause menu for these next 2 cues, the P and the A, and then
There we go.
corner slip and corner boost
And
in order to
Oh
end the
my
level.
gosh.
that is time.
Beautiful.
Wow. That was, again, Eugene just making a game that is dramatically hard look like butter. That was incredible. Thank you so much, Eugene. And thank you so much, LM Jax and Sev here for doing some awesome commentator. Let's get some hype in the chat. That was absolutely incredible. Eugene, thank you so much for showcasing this run. Why don't you tell everybody what you do on your channel and what you've been up to?
Yeah, for sure. First, I just want to thank you for having me on Hotfix. It was fun to showcase some of the cool things you can do in this category. And I guess you can find me as Eugene on Twitch. Sometimes I post on YouTube. I'm currently running the category All Red Berries. So if you're bothered by how I wasn't picking them up today, definitely come catch a stream to see all the cool stuff you can do in that category too. Also, if anyone is interested in getting into Celeste speedrunning, it's really easy to get into and has a very, very, very high skill ceiling. There's a lot of resources. People are always happy to help, especially if you join the Celeste Discord. And yeah, the last thing I have to say is anyone can cook.
Anyone can cook. Good movie. Good movie. LM Jax and Sev, why don't you tell them a little bit more about you?
Sure. I stream occasionally on Twitch, and I am just around the Celeste community more often than not. I am currently on a small hiatus from speedrunning due to other life obligations, but I'd set aside time to be here. Thank you for having me on comms, Eugene, and to the GDQ staff for hosting this run. Very fun time. I don't really do a whole lot at the current moment, but I do speedrun this game.
And you can find me at LM Jax on Twitch and YouTube. On YouTube, I mostly post task videos. And then on Twitch lately, I've been getting back into this category as well. So if you want to see more of this, definitely come by for practice and runs.
Absolutely. That was incredible. Congratulations there, Eugene. That was a 102.38, by the way, just FYI.
And
really
mid 55
awesome.
IGT. That's a really, really fast time. Yeah, huge props.
Yeah, really, really awesome. All right, but hey, did you all know that there's a second Celeste game? There's actually a second. They made Celeste in 3D. and we're
No
actually
way.
going to go see that game coming up. Don't go anywhere. GDQ Hotfix Shmovement night continues in about in just a minute here with Celeste 64. You don't want to go anywhere. The run's like 10 minutes long. It's super fast. Welcome back, everybody, to the GDQ Hotfix Shmovement night. My name is Jiggy, and before we get into this crazy Celeste run, Celeste 64 run, I have a question for you. I have a question for you in the chat. So everyone pay attention. Right now, I'm clapping. Pay attention. Did you know that GDQ 2025 is coming at you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 5th through the 12th, and registration and hotel bookings are open now. You can visit gamesdonequick.com and check out the GDQ 2025 important dates section and learn more about that. The GDQ 2025 schedule is also out. So again, if you go to gamesdonequick.com/schedule, you can check it out and let us know what you're most excited about. I know I'm very, very, very excited about the Metroid map randomizer that's going to happen with some really good friends of mine. Also, just to let you all know, we have a second round of submissions for games and for runs that are coming up. So if you're a speedrunner and you speedrun a game that came out after September 6th, we have a second round of submissions that are going to open Friday the 15th, aka tomorrow. So you better get those in. That goes from the 15th to the 24th. So you only have a few days to get those second round of submissions in there. Pretty awesome. All right, with that, I'm ready to rock and roll. King J, are you ready for some Celeste 64?
Oh, I'm definitely ready. Thank you so much, Shiggy. Hi, everybody. My name is King J0444. I'm also very excited for GDQ, by the way. I just want to point that out. I think that Astrobot run's gonna be cool. I think that render's pretty awesome. I've heard. I think his name's King J as well. It's kind of weird. Anyhow, so this is Celeste 64. This is a free game that released earlier this year. It was for the 6-year anniversary of Celeste, and it's on PC. It's basically 3D Celeste, and it's very difficult and has some sick movement, you could say. And there's going to be, I'm saying this now because this run's going to go at you really quickly. And there's also going to be a lot of time that I won't be able to speak, which is why I have my commentator here.
Hi, yeah, I'm Paul Isla. I'm going to be yapping during the run because he's going to be focused. Yeah, this game is very fast-paced. There's basically no downtime, and it's going to go through very, very quickly. And you'll see that the first like 3 seconds already has a crazy strat that we do. So yeah, it's gonna be very quick. We'll go through it. Brief history on this game. This game was released pretty recently, last year.
This year.
It was for the this year.
It was January this year.
Gotcha, yeah, for 60-year anniversary, and it was made in a week by the dev team, and super grateful for that. It ended up being really, really fun.
Yeah, and by the way, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when I found out that this game existed, I downloaded it real quick. I plugged in a controller and I was like, oh, I want more of this. That's what it was. So I'm excited about this. This is a 100% run, right?
Yeah, so we're getting all 30 strawberries that are in this one level, Forsaken City. This run is actually really difficult. There's a bunch of, especially at the end, there's a bunch of like frame perfect jumps and stuff like that we're gonna do, and some pretty cool launches. The last time I did this run was at PAX West. I actually had the co-creator of Celeste on my couch, which was crazy. So cool to run it back again. So I think we're ready to go. Oh yeah, also I can plug myself. I was also a former world record holder for this game. It's changed a lot since then. So anyhow, without further ado, I think I'm gonna start focusing, and I'm gonna let Koala Ilo yap away. So without further ado, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
So yeah, so this first jump right here, we're gonna have 3 main mechanics: dashing, extended dashes, and kind of like side side flips, almost like Mario side flips, where you get a nice boost of height. It doesn't really look like it, but you're gonna get a lot more height. So here we're gonna have first cassette. There's a couple of these.
You also saw that launch, by the way. You'll be seeing a lot more of that. That's the tight jumps I was talking about.
Yeah. So these cassettes are notoriously difficult in the run. They're some of the hardest parts, and there's going to be one at the end. We already discussed it, but it's going to have some frame perfect jumps, and it's going to be pretty difficult. But yeah, that's going to be our last berry, and it could make or break the estimate. It's not going to go past estimate, but yeah.
Also, shout outs to Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine. If you can't tell, kind of inspirations for this.
Yeah. A lot of the design is inspired by it. So yeah, we already collected 4 berries, and now we're on our second cassette. This one is not too bad. We're just going to be using a bunch of momentum from these moving blocks right here.
Didn't even need to dash. There you go.
Didn't even need to dash.
So yeah, this is flying at you really quick. I understand. This is a very short run. My PB is about 7 minutes 50 seconds. So, and that's in-game time, by the way. There is an in-game timer at the top left. Obviously, RTAs could be a little bit different than that, just like Celeste beforehand.
And also a very important thing to note that we're going to be collecting some checkpoints. Death warps in this game save a lot of time. There was a lot of, like the first couple weeks of the game, even month, a lot of time was spent into routing because there's a lot of different death warps you can do. And that's how we save a bunch of time getting each berry, because they're pretty spread out in this, but because of death warps, because of using death warps, we can cut a bunch of time.
Yeah. Now look, I know you wanted some Shmovement here, Jiggy, right? So I'm gonna do some Shmovement. All right. We're gonna do some sick launches here. Starting off with this one. This one's very tight, so if I get this, I'll be hype. And there we go.
Nice.
Whoa! A little Shmovement.
Oh, there's more where that came from. Here's another one here with a bunny hop.
Bunny hop.
Nice. There we go.
Oh!
And one more for good luck.
Movement hype.
One more for good luck here.
One more.
Nice.
Oh, you're just flying around the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the world record route. This is, so when I ran this game, when it came out, right, I was world record holder for like a week-ish. Like I was trading world record back and forth with my good friend Lori. And this route is so much different than how it used to be. Like we used to do stuff a lot differently. And then we found out we can fling ourselves in every direction. And here we are.
Here we are. Yeah. Not really much going on for the next few berries. However, in a few berries coming up, we're going to have a pink skip. And basically, we're going to save a dash. So we're going to have these pink crystals that give us double dashes. And we have to save it for one of the berries. But we're going to do some little skips so we can get to it a bit quicker.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest jumps in this run, and it's about halfway through, so... Also, right here we have these block switches. You saw in that last cassette that we don't use them, like, at all. And you're going to see that here again. The developers, they want you to collect some block switches to open up the skate. We could just, dash over top of it like that. There you go.
And also important, we use the momentum of going up in the golden feather to skip that second one.
And we should also, yes, and we should also mention, by the way, that we're doing 100% because 80% is literally 14 seconds, which is just getting to the top of the map. So if you want to run that, go for it. I've never ran it because it's just kind of dumb in my opinion. I prefer something like this length if we're gonna do a short run. I don't want it to be less than 20 seconds.
Yep, and has better movement.
Way better movement, yeah. Alright, so right here, this is like the only thing that I found for this game was that you're supposed to grab these blocks, these walls to make them fall down. But I found out that you could just, with well-placed dashes, dash over every single one of them. And so that's much faster. And so we just chain these double dashes, and there we go, nice.
Nicely done. Alright, so coming up soon, we'll have Pink Skip. We're just gonna get a few more, and then...
Yeah, so this is the pink hair here, and for pink skip, like we said, there's a berry that needs us to have pink hair, which means we need to get over there without dashing. Normally, casually, you'd have to walk around the entire level, and it's really slow, really boring. That's what we did for the first day. Then we found out that you can do this very precise jump here, where we're gonna fling ourselves again. Oh, first try. Okay, nice. That's very hard to do. Shout out to Paradash. I used to do a different version of that. Parrot found that you could actually just get straight over to that platform like I just did there, and that's how everybody's done it since then.
Also, minor skip of using both dashes that we can serve to just skip the entire climb up there. And now we're gonna have a few more berries, a few more death warps. We're gonna actually get to the top and then grab another cassette. First we got this one here. This one is a personal favorite of mine. It's very, very cool.
This is a cool one. When they teach us, this is actually where they teach you how to side flip. And once again, more lock switches, but guess what? We don't need them.
We just fly.
We just jump.
Nice.
We just noom, which is what Maddie does very well in this game.
Yep, so yeah, straight on to our next set.
Yeah, also there's characters in this game that you can like talk to and stuff like that. Like there's Battleline, Granny, Theo, and it does actually progress the storyline from Celeste. Obviously we won't get to see them. We will see Battleline at the end, but if you, like I said, the game is free, so feel free to download it and check out where the characters ended up after the story of the main game.
Yeah, it's basically canon. It's honestly a lot of effort put in. Nice.
Also another launch there. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump down here. Now, Belto, would you like to explain really quick why I'm playing on 1.0.1 and not the current version?
So,
you know?
I have a general idea. So
Okay.
This berry right here, if I remember correctly, was very bugged in later versions, and also was just a lot more difficult.
This
I
one?
don't remember exactly what they changed, but
Okay, so he's feeding false information. I didn't know if you knew this or not. Okay, so the reason why we're playing on version 1.0.1 is in later versions they patched out the ability to climb into spikes. Like the game just won't let you do that. And for a skip in the final cassette, we do that for a big jump that we're gonna do. That's like very like a few frames that you have the chance to do it. You can't do that in the current patch, so this is why this patch is fastest. But anyhow, this is a very good run so far. So we still have one more cassette to do, and it's the hardest by far. 3 or 4 really tough tricks back to back. So we're hopefully going to get this first try. But if I do, it looks really sick. If I don't, then it's okay because it's difficult.
okay, so here coming up, we're in our first launch.
Oh, okay. So that was like 1 frame early. This is the hardest skip by far. Okay, nice. Now I have failed this recently.
Minor second skip.
Oh, okay. 1 more to end it off. Nice. Okay. Wow. That's okay.
Very nice.
That's a very good time. Get ready on time, by the way. And time. There you go.
Wow.
So that's a marathon record, by the way. That's faster than Shaded Master did it at GDQ, and that's faster than I did at PAX West. So that is the fastest I've ever done this in a marathon setting. So there you go. All 30 berries in the in-game time 8:13. My PB, like I said, is 7:53. So that was really good. I'm very content with that. So yeah, I'm really glad I got to show this off, and I would shout out the developers, but I'm going to let Kevin do it for me.
Celeste 64, Fragments of the Mountain. Created in a week-ish by the Celeste team. Maddie Thorson, Noel Berry, Amora B, Pedro Medeiros, Lena Rain, Heidi Mata, and Kevin Regami and Jeff Tangsock of Power Up Audio.
If we didn't have to say it, shout outs to all of them. They're amazing. Specifically, I got to shout out the amazing music by Lena Rain in both Celeste and Celeste 64. Very good.
Special thanks. Maddie would like to thank Sarah and Zed, for their love and support. Noel thanks Yvonne for being chill and cool. Amora would like to thank Kiki, Zach, Rose, and Phil for being so loving and fun. Pedro would like to thank Isa for saving his Git merges, Pedro Damasceno, and everyone from Shinela for helping him learn 3D. Jeff would like to thank his good friend Stelmac. Kevin thanks Zoe for her boundless support, even when it comes to silly projects like this one. Lena would like to thank Bobbin for being a cat.
Let's go! Being a cat, huge.
Heidi
Being
would like
cat
to
is
thank
huge.
Brian for being awesome, and Furi for being perfect. And lastly, thank you to Celeste players everywhere. Your love and passion for our little game continues to inspire us.
And there you go. That's everybody who worked on the game. So like I said, this game was made in a week, around a week, to celebrate Celeste's 6th anniversary. We've mentioned it before. This game is free on PC. You can download it off itch.io, and it's very easy to play and just play for the first time, but also very fun to speedrun, as I hopefully have demonstrated. But yeah, thank you, Jiggy, for having me on. I really appreciate it. I always love getting to show off this game. And thank you, Koala Isla, for helping me commentate. There's a lot that I couldn't explain that I think we covered most of the bases. And lastly, I would like to quickly shout out 2 things. One, I'm actually going to be running this again on Hotfix on Friday. I'm going to be running a custom map that not many people know about called B-Sides. And then 2, I'm going to be at GDQ running both Astrobot and Golf with Your Grandmother. You can pick which one you think is the good game and which one's the bad game. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. Yeah, you have any shoutouts, Koala Isla?
Just shout out the community. They're awesome. And
I agree.
Both Celeste 64 and Celeste members. Some are different. Most are overlapping, and they're all awesome. Yeah.
Well, that was, again, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, King J. Please, everyone, go give him a follow. You can go check out King J. Again, in the Twitch chat, we have a pinned message, but then also in the title as well. Absolutely incredible run, and I'm excited to see you on Friday on back here on Hotfix. So, yeah. All right, with that, don't go anywhere, because Shmovement Night still has one more run coming at you very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. And I just want to say thank you very much for your Prime subs, your gifted subs, as well as your normal subs and bits. All that stuff here on the GDQ channel goes to supporting GDQ Hotfix. So if you like shows like this and you like all the things that we do each week, consider subscribing. We appreciate it. Welcome back, everybody, to the GDQ Hotfix Shmovement Night. My name is Jiggy, and I have been with you all night through some absolutely incredible movement-based speedruns. And we got one more coming at you very, 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 very shortly. But there's one more event that I want to talk about. Again, we do a lot of cool stuff here on the Games Done Quick channel. And our next thing that I want to talk about is GDQ's next all-woman and femme speedrunning event. Frost Fatales is actually coming up. It'll be live from March 9th through the 16th, and submissions are opened all the way up until November 24th. So go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more info on that. Very, very excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I hope that I see you all submit some games. All right, with that, I want to get right into this. It's time for Pizza Tower any percent unrestricted with Jade. Jade, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody. I am Jade. I ran Pizza Tower actually at SGDQ 2024, and I did it with Ellie Jelly, who is also one of my commentators for this. Say hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Okay.
I got to do commentary with Jade last year, and also with Soaring Sloth. The first year this game was at GDQ in 2023, so I have plenty of experience like going over like all the crazy stuff you can do in this game. It's absolutely ridiculous.
We'll get into that.
We're in for a really
pretty soon.
Yeah, we're
actually,
in for
right now. Actually, I'm just gonna start the save file. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So, if you don't know about Pizza Tower, I'll just give a brief explanation. It's like really, really fast-paced game. You basically have to scale the Pizza Tower. There's this evil guy called Pizza Face. He really does not like Peppino for some reason. We don't really know the reasons why, but
he makes the best pizza. That's my headcanon.
Yes.
Yeah, this is actually a story against good and evil. Peppino makes pizza from the soul, and whereas Pizza Face is simply the mascot of a heartless corporation that wants to destroy all of the small business owners in the world.
Sure.
So he wants to destroy his restaurant with a Death Ray-O-Matic 5000. It's absolutely devastating.
Oh yeah, it is actually called the Death Ray-O-Matic 5000.
Yeah, you see that in the opening cutscene.
Anyways,
but that's not part of this.
For those who don't know about Pizza Tower, basically this is Wario Land 4. A lot of people make those comparisons, but it's legitimately true. You go to the end of the level, and you knock down the John Pillar, and you race back to the start. And I just finished the tutorial, so we are going to go into what I would consider the actual game's tutorial, which is John Gutter.
There's John's, and it's a gutter.
So one more thing I have to mention is you finish this game by getting to the Crumbling Tower of Pizza, which is the last level in the game. To do that, you have to buy boss gates. And you buy boss gates with money, and how do you get money? You have to go to these little dudes in cages called Poppins. There are 5 of them in every level, so we have to go through these levels to get the Poppins, to get the money, to get the bosses, to scale the Pizza Tower. And that's basically the gist of things.
Yeah.
I have a question for the chat. How many of you is Jade introducing Pizza Tower to right now? Because this game is wild.
It is so crazy. I have to say the visuals are actually some of my favorite visuals I've ever seen in a video game. So that's a huge plus.
When I first saw this game, I was instantly hooked just on the visuals alone, and I just wanted to know why. Just why.
You know, I don't think we'll ever really know an answer to that question. And I think that's beautiful. Anyways, just finished John Gutter. We get to watch these awesome results screens at the end of every level, because speedruns are timed using the in-game timer instead of real time. So we don't have to worry about any glitches. There was a glitch that used to allow you to skip the results screen, but since we go by in-game timer, it doesn't really matter anymore. Anyways, Pizzascape.
Yeah.
This is your first time seeing it? Oh, you're in for it. You're in for it, right, Jade?
Yes. You're gonna enjoy some of the levels that I have to show you.
Yeah, so throughout the game, we have these little transformations. This is the first one we get introduced to. This is a night transformation.
Oh yeah, I should probably mention the transformations are kind of necessary. They're kind of necessary because there's these roadblocks called stupid rats, and I kid you not, that's what they are called, stupid rats. And you have to use the transformations to break through the roadblocks, which are the stupid rats. And I find that really hilarious.
We're just gonna head down here and grab this key, which we'll use for a door coming up in a moment.
Yep. Also, this game's soundtrack is absolutely banging. It sure is a shame that the category that I'm playing skips some of the best tracks in the game, and you'll see why later on in the run. I will explain.
Nice up door, by the way.
I will explain what this category is later on. It's not really important right now because the category that I'm running right now is any percent unrestricted, which has a very major glitch that you'll see. You'll see if you stick around.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about that for now. That's a surprise.
This is one of those rare video games that just gives me just the biggest grin the entire time. Like I have you all can't see me right now, but I have the biggest smile on my face because of how everything about this game in general.
You can't see it right now for me either, but I'm also grinning because I really enjoy this game. I have spent many hours playing this game, just not even speedrunning, just for the fun of it, playing the mods. I'm just a huge fan of Pizza Tower, and I guess speedrunning it naturally came along as well. All right, we are approaching our first boss. Costs $100, and his name is Pepperman. Now, bosses are a little different from regular levels. You just kind of have to beat them up, and that's about it. So I'm gonna beat Pepperman up. It's kind of like, I think one of my fellow runners, Impossibling. Oh no, I messed it up. So one of my fellow runners, Impossibling, said it best. Pepperman is like kind of like a script, and if you go off script, everything kind of becomes really messed up and not fun. So since I messed up once, there's probably gonna be a few more errors that I'm gonna make in this fight. Like that. Oh, that wasn't even really a big error. Oh well. We continue onwards anyways. I'm pretty sure things that look like errors to me, you probably won't even register as errors. But it's all good. That's just the name of speedrunning.
Yeah, that just goes to show how optimized this category is.
Oh no, I got hit. Oh well, it was intentional. That was also intentional. Okay, we got him. We got Pepperman.
Pepperman is kill.
And then you can just instantly exit the level. Now, we have this key for the next floor, but we're not going to go to the floor 2 yet because we have 2 more levels on floor 1 that we're going to take care of. First one is Ancient Cheese.
Yeah.
Ancient Cheese is like a rather unremarkable level, I will say, but it is fun to just go through.
Yeah. Back like a little bit ago, I remember there was this like whole coalition of speedrunners that were ironically playing Ancient Cheese 100% IL.
What?
And just like gassing it up as if it was the greatest thing known to man.
I must have missed that. What? Why were they gassing it up? Ancient Cheese is like the most mid-level ever.
I don't know. It's kind of gives off the same vibes as 3DS Toad Circuit on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
By the way, guys, Ancient Cheese actually isn't a mid-level. I actually really love this level. There's only one level that I hate, and you will see it very soon. And I will be very upfront about my hatred towards that level, but it is not this level. Anyways, John Pillar, he is kill.
Where were you when John Gutter was kill? I was climbing the pizza tower. I don't remember the rest of this joke.
Yeah, no, I don't either. It's okay. Yeah, I really don't have much to say in Ancient Cheese. It's like, it's kind of just a level that exists. It's good, but it's just like baseline good, you know?
I'm looking at chat. I could try speedrunning this game one day.
Oh yes.
By user YadaCat.
YadaCat, are you? Guys,
Yeah, for context, that's the world record holder.
yeah, that's the world record holder.
Like,
so, this guy, Yodacat,
That's-
I'm not a fan of Yodacat because he always takes my records, my IL records, and then I get the record and then he takes it like immediately afterwards, and I'm not actually that mad. It's all good fun. But Yodacat, you're too cracked at the game. You gotta stop. Anyways.
the pizza tower situation is crazy.
That's how you know we're real in the Pizza Tower speedrun community. Anyways, Bloodsauce Dungeon, very input heavy level. I'm surprised I haven't messed it up yet because it's really easy to mess up Bloodsauce Dungeon. Like, it's just
back and forth.
Back and
forth. Oh, Eric. Someone. Oh goodness. Someone,
Eric.
That's someone.
We're not talking about Eric's. That's a whole can of worms. Basically,
Yeah. That.
Eric's are a speedrun technique, and I'm not going to open the can of worms. You can Google Pizza Tower speedrun Eric if you really are curious, but you want to watch my speedrun. I know you do.
Come on, when is the Eric tutorial? Get
Nope, we're done
on
with
with
Eric's.
it.
No Eric's. No Eric's. I am not doing a single Eric.
Fine. Alright. Yeah. I actually kind of like this section because it just feels really nice to go through.
What are you humming at?
I'm not sure what you're mentioning, Leon.
Oh, are you reading chat? I'm not reading
there-
chat. I have
yeah,
a
there-
speedrunner.
There's somebody called the Doys. I'm not sure who you're talking about. The Doys isn't in this game. They're not a real character.
This is actually a really good blood sauce so far, I will say. This would be like gold split pace if I had my live split open, but I don't. So, lol.
Lamau even.
I like the ascent of blood sauce, like, honestly more than the downhill or whatever it is, because it's just easier.
Yeah, it just feels like you have a lot more control.
Yeah.
Going up than going down.
By the way, guys, when I said in Ancient Cheese that the level that I hated, it was blood sauce. But I got through without hating it, and I'm so awesome. Anyways, we just
Yes,
finished...
you are, Jade.
Thank you so much.
I'm here for it.
We just finished all the levels on floor 1. We got all the money from them. It's time to go to floor 2. Gotta change to my money green outfit.
Green.
Signature green.
Yeah. I like switching to purple. It makes me feel bad of it.
Yeah.
It makes me feel...
Anyways, Oregano Desert. This level is pretty unique because the little dudes in cages, the top-ins, they're all in these like little pizza marts, and you have to go out of your way, like inside the pizza marts to go get the top-ins. So, pretty interesting concept for a level. I like it.
Yeah.
Oregano is usually a favorite among speedrunners. Especially the real Yoshi. Shout out to the real Yoshi.
Yeah, this track is also really
Using
fun.
taunt buffering to keep my momentum. I think it's a really good concept that taunting keeps your momentum and just like stalls you in place. It's really awesome. I'll do it again.
And that transformation was called the Hot Wing transformation. You become a little ball of like burning.
Oh yeah.
fire.
This is perfect time to mention Hot Wing Skip.
Yeah. No, it's called Hot Dog Skip.
No, it's Hot Wing Skip.
No, it's Hot Dog Skip. Don't you remember
Okay,
what
I just
Sloth
did
said
it.
a couple months ago?
I just did it.
Yeah, that was hot dog
It
skip.
saves like 20 seconds. And, oh gosh. Oh, that worked out. Okay, back on track. What I did in that room was I bounced on the little dude. The little dude who throws the chicken wings and gives you this power up. You know, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, some of the words that I'm saying out loud are not like normal sentences but like I'm an experienced speedrunner, but like these are like weird concepts for someone who's never played Pizza Tower. I
think
that's
people
really
are used
funny.
to it.
Yeah,
I think people, again, speedrunners make up names for like anything. I could just say, I could say anything. I could say, oh, we're gonna go do cow skip right now, and chat would just be like, oh yeah, cow skip, that's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, cow skip.
Yeah.
Hey, look at
Cow skip into this game.
Oh no, I missed the cow skip.
Oh no, you missed cow skip.
I was so focused.
Cow
on
skip's
telling
not
the
in this
cow that
game, and I am
missed
not
the
a
cow
speed.
skip.
To clarify, Jiggy does not speedrun and cannot make up names.
Yeah, I've actually played a game with a strat called a cow skip. It was one of the most critical things that he did like a speedrun event for a mark runner. There was a strat where you like walked around like a really big farm and just used that to skip a boss fight, and it was called cow skip because there were cows there. That's Oregano Desert, by the way.
Yeah.
Just casually running through it.
Honestly, one of the
Well, I'm
best
talking
levels
about
in the
something. Yeah, well, I'm just talking about something entirely unrelated.
That's okay. You do your yapping. Yap about whatever you feel like, honestly. I do not care. It is funny.
Okay, so
No,
so the Chicago Bulls win record.
No, I give up. No. Anyways, Wasteyard. This stage is where Pepino dies. That's it.
Pepino is killed?
Yeah. He dies. He's a ghost now. There are some bunch of like little ghost sections where you kind of move a little slower, but it's a transformation, and we need those transformations to get past the stupid rats.
Get out of the way, stupid rat.
Yep.
At least you can
Actually,
fly.
Coming up is something called Ghost Skip, which is it's pretty hard, but you skip like a whole section of a room and saves like maybe like 3 seconds, which is pretty significant. It is in this room, and I'm going to go silent as I try and get it.
Yeah.
No! Okay, wait. I can still do this. If I set him right here. No! I messed it up. Okay, so what was supposed to happen is you throw the little dude at the John pillar, and then you get to skip this entire section that I'm doing right now. And you would be right here.
Yeah, you're supposed to just break the metal block and then head back and grab that guy, but
it's truly okay.
Went just a little bit too far. It's alright though. It's not a big deal.
Truly, it is okay. But that also continues the streak of there never having been a ghost skip being showcased at anything GDQ, which I think is pretty funny, even though it's been attempted like 2 or 3 times.
Only twice.
Oh, only twice? Was that both by me?
Wait a minute. Yes, I think Impasa might have gotten it during their hotfix run.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure. But I believe in Impasa.
Impasa's the GOAT. Got another.
I guess it just has to be on main stage, you know? We'll just have to see it on the main stage.
I might try and get swap mode, which is a Pizza Tower 2 player on the main stage, which would be really awesome. I'm gonna try and see if I can find someone to do that with.
I would honestly be so down to learn that.
Heck yes.
Just
as long as you're noise. I want to play Pepino.
Oh no, I have to learn noise.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tricky can of worms. Noise is like an entirely separate character. Whole new moveset, whole new speedrun techniques, and he honestly has a higher skill ceiling than Pepino. So that's why I'm playing Pepino. Yeah. Because he's nice and he's reliable.
If Pepino is
more
like
chicken!
if Pepino is like a nice Ferrari, Noise is like a scooter duct taped to a rocket engine.
Interesting analogy.
That's a sentence. I never thought I would hear Pepino compared to a Ferrari.
I'm just talking about like smoothness of control.
He can schmoove.
He can. He is schmoving. This is Shmovement Saturday. Wait, this isn't even Saturday. Wait, hold on.
It's okay. It can be Saturday if you believe hard enough.
I just wanted it to be an alliteration. Aww. Movement Sunday?
Closer, but no cigar.
Nah. Okay. Yeah, because Wednesday doesn't really do it for me. Wednesday's like in the middle of the week. It's like
I just called it Shmovement night.
Oh,
you know,
Shmovement night.
I wanted to show off. Yeah, it's Shmovement night.
Shmovement
We wanted to showcase some cool Shmovement games.
Okay.
This is a Shmovement game.
Oh yeah, 100%. So much Shmovement.
I guess I could have called it that. Now that's what I call Shmovement, but you know.
Yeah, Wednesday night is for the Waluigi.
What? Okay.
Hey, there was alliteration. I made it work.
Wednesday Waluigi. Sure. I get it.
It's Waluigi. Anyways, Wednesday, baby.
We get hit by Mort here because it's actually faster to just run through this. So sorry, Mort. We don't actually like you anymore, and we're gonna let you.
Yeah,
die.
Mort's dead. Yeah, Mort canonically dies here. He never shows up in the game ever. Just ignore Just ignore the final level when you see Mort.
Nah. Whatever. We can kill Mort.
I might take that, Leon, as long as GDQ doesn't mind possibly getting sued by NBC. We'll be okay. I promise. It's worth it.
We'll be good.
It's my original IP, SNL. I made it.
I haven't heard that
SNL. Yeah.
SNL
Shmovement Night Live. It's my IP, you know. Definitely not a like 50-year-old show or anything.
Shmovement Night Live actually kind of goes crazy.
I love it. Okay, also, one thing before I talk about this level, I forgot to in my GDQ run on the main stage, I forgot to shout out my best friends Sinister Shovel and Sparrow. So here is me doing that right now. Okay, there you go. Anyways, this level, Fast Food Saloon. Well, it's fast.
Yeah, you're in like a saloon.
And there's food. What more can you ask for?
True. This is actually one of my favorite levels in the game. Like, whenever I boot up the game, just out of nowhere, if I want to play like any level, 9 times out of 10, it'll be Fast Food Saloon.
That's an interesting take, honestly. I respect it though.
Like I don't dig the fans that much, but like it just feels like a place to like it has an instant turn that I'm comfortable with actually applying in full game. So
here we can use
like
the chicken bandito to break the rat. Don't even need the sausage, which is what usually would break the stupid rat.
Yana said you should go for the key gap.
No, it only saves like 2 seconds, and it's not worth doing in a live stream setting like this, where there's so many people watching. So I don't think I could.
Counter argument, epic.
Counter argument, it would be funny. That is true.
That wasn't Yada, that was me.
That was you? Oh. I mean, honestly, I'll believe anything you say. As long as if you say it came from Yada Cat, that's okay. For those who don't remember, Yada Cat is the goat of Pizza Tower. Speedruns. Also, you're gonna see me exit out of the level really quick, all of a sudden, and you're gonna see me teleport. It's because of this glitch called result screen skip. I have it binded to a key, and we just teleport up to this guy, and I have bought the money for the next boss, which is the Vigilante, and we're gonna go right into it.
Yeah, that was a little thing called the Vigilante up for. You just kind of...
Yep.
And you're up there. And this is the Vigilante. We
basically stun lock him unless if you're bad like me, in which case you don't stun lock him.
This is similar to Joker in Smash Ultimate. He wields a gun.
True.
And what you want to do is you want to just have your charge start ready and then like pop them twice, and that'll be an entire hit point gone, as opposed where you just
I forgot he does that.
With
little
where
gremlin.
Yeah, because the charge shot does 6 points worth of damage, and that just makes this a lot more
Yeah,
consistent.
we basically stun lock him. It's so easy. Even a kid could do it. Don't give kids guns.
Billy, put down the SMG! I'm sorry. I didn't know where to get it. Where do I...
Fight's not over yet. I want to see. We gotta draw. Early frame draw. I'm so awesome. I'm so swag. Anyways, that's the second boss.
You just kill. Oh, yeah. Someone just mentioned the Patreon builds where Vigilante was playable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a very interesting time for the game. McPig definitely was experimenting with a lot. Honestly, it just felt like an entirely separate game style, which like
I can't get up.
I don't know, it's just,
there we go.
It's really interesting to look at what this game could have been.
But I think this game turned out like amazingly. This is honestly deserved Game of the Year 2023, but it didn't, and that's okay.
Yeah, this is genuinely like a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I have actually, some minor complaints.
When was Velator released?
This year.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if it was released 2023, that's the Game of the Year, but Pizza Tower gets it. Anyways, yeah, Crest Cove. Yeah. This level is Crest Cove. Very chill level. We got cool pineapple dudes and barrel transformations and all this cool stuff. It's just a chill level, and there's never anything that goes wrong in Crest Cove. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Nothing bad ever happens to Crest Cove.
I love Clone High.
It's an outdated meme, but it checks out.
Yeah. Gonna try and do a little trick. Bounce off these guys. Yeah, there we go.
Boing, boing,
that's harder
boing.
than it looks.
Yeah.
And here's John. It's pizza time.
John is kill. No way. It would never be pizza time. The pizza time in the corner.
Ooh, I think now's a good time to mention the differences between any percent unrestricted and any percent no major glitches, because we are running any percent unrestricted, which skips 6 levels, as opposed to no major glitches, which skips 1 level. So, how are we able to skip 6 levels? The reason is floor 5 skip. All you need to do is get to floor 5 and you can skip the 3 levels that are on there and the final boss. And it's genuinely crazy. And we can skip 3 more levels because we only need the money to go get the 4th boss gate and then go to floor 5. So, as a result, I am going to skip Gnome Forest because it is a long level. Goodbye, Gnome Forest. We're going to Deep Dish 9.
No!
It's okay. Gnome Forest was long anyways. Actually, I don't think we even see Gustavo and Brick a single time in this run, which I think is funny.
Gustavo tried to be fast challenge, failed instantly. Unfortunate. But yeah, this is a Deep Dish 9, and we've got an little alien theme going on here that was teased in Oregano Desert.
Yep.
We're gonna head in this little separate room for a top-in. And we got these rockets that we're just ramming into the faces of cheese asteroids. And they just explode. It's a really fun effect.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to a different planet. Entirely new level layout.
No way. The alien planet. We have found 1 pumpkin out of 30. No way!
I was supposed to get that pumpkin. I just played really badly in that room. So.
Yeah. What those pumpkins are about. During the Halloween update, there was a new level released called Tricky Treats, and how you unlock it is that there is 1 pumpkin hidden in each of the main levels of the game.
Yeah, I need that.
When you collect 20 pumpkins, the door unlocks. But that level is entirely negligent in any percent, since it has nothing to do with like the main game.
Yeah, the pumpkins just kind of show up, and they're fun little collectibles. But other than unlocking Trick or Treat, it's not really that important.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you just got a chef task.
Oh yeah, that chef task is stupid. All the chef tasks on this level are stupid. Chef tasks are basically achievements, for the record. Alright.
Yeah, it just has a separate, like, recognition because you get different things on it. What achievements you actually get just show up on the same file itself. As opposed to... That way, even on consoles that, like, that don't have achievements set up, like the Switch... I don't think it was made with that in mind, but it's just really convenient.
Yeah. Alright, so... we've done 2 stages on floor 3, and we skipped 1 of them. The last one... Oh, people who have not played Pizza Tower, you're in for a treat. Once I give the money to this guy, we're just gonna let the boss gate go up, and then we're gonna go to golf, which might be one of the best concepts for a level I've seen in a video game. Golf. You just have to get this like greaseball guide to the goal, and it lets you move on. And I think that's really funny.
I love all of the sports related things, like some of the bonus points you can get by putting a cheese ball in like this hula hoop kind of thing. All the stupid rats are shaped like bowling pins. Those cheese slimes that throw the ball, they're wearing like baseball helmets, and the goal is shaped like a basketball hoop.
Yeah. Okay, so in in this room, there's 3 courses. They're called Frag Course, Soda Course, and Bird Course. They all have a topping in them, and we need to go in each course to get them. And it kind of has convoluted platforming, so that's why there's like a route like planned so that you can just like speed run through it fast. It's no big deal. This is the 3rd course, Bird Course. Not the final course though.
Ballin'.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're stuck in a ball for a long time.
I got the new ball. Yeah.
No, don't throw it that way. No. That's actually really bad.
Something just happened.
That's actually really bad.
No way.
I have to line it up like correctly now. Okay, there we go. Okay, crisis averted.
This run was kind of nice for a minute.
And final course.
It's pizza time.
These upcoming golf holes are some of the hardest ones in the level because I kind of suck at consistency in these holes specifically, as you can see, but it's fine.
Yeah, in a no major glitches, we do something called berg skip. Not berg skip. Is it berg skip?
It is berg skip.
Yes, it's berg skip. I don't know why I forgot the name of the strat. But it lets us skip this last chunk of golf courses.
Yeah, the golf is a notoriously hard level to speedrun, but it's okay. It should be smooth sailing from here on out. I just gotta get to the beginning of this level, and we should be all good.
If there's one thing I appreciate about this escape, it's that you get to hear more of the song just because of how long it is.
Yeah, I agree. And the escape theme for Pepino is one of the best songs I've heard in video gaming. I will just say that. It's like one of the best upbeat, energetic songs. Just so good. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the 3rd boss, which is the Noise.
Yeah, you might have heard of him. He's the nose.
He's a bit of a gremlin, and he's based on some familiar TV commercial mascot. You might know him. I'm not gonna say his name because if you don't know, then you don't know. Simple as that.
Papa John's?
Papa John's. Yeah, exactly.
I knew
Absolutely.
it. No, it's actually Pizza Hut. Wait, is it actually Pizza Hut? Wait, I forgot which pizza mascot it was.
Domino's.
Domino's.
It was
Wait,
Domino's.
it was Domino's the whole time?
Yes, it was Domino's that had the Noid.
Okay. So this fight is a little bit of RNG, but thankfully, we can kind of avoid some of the RNG by throwing these little like dudes, these little like noisy dudes at the Noise. Except for if he kills them, that's not really that nice. I really don't like him killing them.
Noise is
Okay, here we
simply
go.
twisted
Extra hit on
cycle.
him. And that reduces the length of the fight a little bit. There we go. One more hit. There we go.
Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna get shot. Wait. Oh.
Yep.
Thank you, Noise Wife.
Yep. That's it.
I don't actually think they're married. She just I don't know. I don't know Pizza Tower lore. Just ignore the rant that I went on within the first minute of the run about working class.
What? I don't even remember that. I have like short-term memory.
Oh.
No, I don't actually. Okay, so we have $100 right now, and remember the goal is to get to floor 5. So we only need to go through 2 more stages, and then do floor 4's boss, and then we can get to floor 5, and then we can perform the floor 5 skip, which is the whole reason that this category estimate can be under an hour.
Holy crap, Lois, this is just like the time I hit that skip in Pizza Tower. Well, you see, the thing here is you have to line this up very particularly. It's kind of annoying.
Are you actually gonna explain floor 5 skip in a Family Guy cutaway?
That was the attempt.
No. We gotta do this normally because it's so convoluted that.
Well,
it's just
floor.
Like okay.
Well, floor 5 skip is just one of those things that's just really difficult to explain.
It's really difficult. Also, there's like, listen. It's just really hard. Nobody wants to do this category except for like me because this is like the fastest way to beat Pizza Tower. Everyone wants to play no major glitches. But I like this category and that's why I'm running this because I think it's fun.
Yes, Pizza Tower's favorite hobby is to play less of Pizza Tower.
Well, yes. We'll get into floor 5 skip in a bit. Probably during the floor 4 boss.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. But for now, we can focus on Peppybot Factory, just dodging these conveyors.
Yeah, that section is kind of annoying, but Jay should just breeze through it like.
Yeah.
So sick with it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Got this little section where the door goes up, so we're just gonna climb in the box to force it to finish and just head out.
The door just spawns right there. It's like nothing ever happened.
That really threw me for the loop the first time I played.
There are 4 levels on floor 4, and we're only doing 2 of them. We did Peppybot, and we are skipping. One of the levels has a swear word, so I'm not going to say it. The other is called the Pig City, and we're skipping the Pig City. The final level that we will be doing is Freezerator. And then, you know, hijinks will ensue.
And it's hard to believe you're almost done.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Normally there's like at least one more. Just going through this little area. Pumpkin jump scare.
Okay. This level is also notoriously a little bit, actually not even a little bit, pretty hard to speedrun because there's a lot of complicated stuff, moving parts. You know, just like there's a whole new power up that we'll see later on that has like completely new controls and like methods of going fast. It's a mess, but it's my beautiful mess. I love you, Freezerator. You're one of my favorite stages.
Give Freezerator a kiss.
No. I'm not there yet. I don't feel like it.
Are you still like in the holding hands stage?
I am not interested in a relationship with a pizza tower stage, okay? Girl?
Couldn't be me. I don't know.
I'm just here, okay? I just work here, okay?
I'm happy you're still here with us.
I just work here.
Okay, this is Satan's choice. This is the power-up I was talking about. It basically gives you invincibility, but also there's like unique ways to move with it. Like, and I haven't fully mastered the way to move with it. It's just kind of, I just kind of move around with it, do whatever I'm used to. It's
Beyblade Pino.
Beyblade.
Beyblade, let it rip.
Dang, you put a lot of energy into that.
Thank you. I can have a very animated voice when I want to. Like, oh, so true. Holy crap, Anton Blast.
Oh yeah. This has the color scheme of Anton Blast, which
Please,
is a game that would be very cool to see at a GDQ main stage. So, Games Committee, I'm not submitting it, but consider it for a GDQ if the submission period allows it. Anyways, that's enough shilling for that.
Yeah, that was the freezer level.
Yep.
Wowzers.
We're gonna go on to the floor 4 boss, which, if you haven't played this game before, you're in for an interesting treat. Because, long story short, what is that? Who is that?
Who's this Joker?
This Joker, this guy. He kind of looks like me. He kind of moves around funny. I don't really care. I'm just gonna beat him up.
Yeah, anyway, yeah. This is fake Pepino, and he's a little goober.
Yep.
What he does is he just like emulates attacks that we do in like this weird, warped, like Play-Doh-y kind of way.
Phase one is pretty slow because you're kind of forced to sit through his attacks. Do note that the darker green versions of me are the ones that I am unable to hit. Only the one that is the same shade of green as me, I am able to hit and damage.
I've just realized that the color of the money green is the same shade as the album cover for Brat.
Are you okay? Clearly not.
I don't know, I focus on very weird things.
Okay. This phase, second phase, is going to be easier because he kind of doesn't disappear, and we can kind of combo him.
Read this man like a book.
Exactly. I know his every move, his every attack, every single thing he's thinking of. And also, I'm running from something that you didn't get to see on the screen, but I'm running from a monster.
Very scary monster, a very spooky, scary monster. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Floor 4 boss, Fake Pepino is down. It's time for the
Ruzo Pizza.
It's time for the glitch that defines this category. Floor 5.
It's
Floor
time.
5 skip. I will have time to explain it to you, but just for now, I'm gonna need to go silent. I'll have time to explain later.
Yeah.
But all I will say is I'm on keyboard right now. I am using a keyboard to move. I am now using a controller. Okay. This is what I like to call the 47 seconds of hell, in which you wait for 47 seconds exactly. Actually, it's 47.1 seconds, but basically what happens is, for some reason, if you pause on a controller and unfocus the game window on the same frame, you can do this rapid, like, pausing, unpausing thing. You'll see, like, the game is flickering. And we can use this to gradually build up speed in a super jump. And super jumps do not have a speed cap, and we can just keep building up speed until this happens. Oh, okay. I can explain what was supposed to happen, but that is a bit of a setback. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna wait. This is another 47.1 seconds. You have to wait specifically this. You can see in the background that Peppino's super jumping up right now. Since he's building up the speed, at the end of the 47.1 seconds, you need to do a shoulder bash, and you will end up in the out of bounds area. If you do it too early, you will just enter the screen transition. If you do it too late, you will end up out of bounds like I did on the first attempt. But if you do it right, hopefully it'll be something like what's about to happen right here. Okay. I'll level with you. I'm gonna give it one more attempt. And one more attempt, and if I don't get it, I have a little secret.
A secret strat that you're hiding from the community.
Yes. So hopefully I get it this time, but also to time this, I have a program called Flow Timer used for other speedruns. Pretty useful. But yeah, I think I've mostly explained it, but even if I explain it to the best of my ability, it still will not make any sense. And to be frank, I don't understand why this works the way it does. But it just kind of works. And it lets you skip stuff. Okay, let's go. Did not get it. Okay. I want everybody to close their eyes for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, I did it!
Whoa, no way!
Good job, Jade. No restrictions.
Hold on. I need to... Where is it? It's somewhere around here. Okay, so basically, what's supposed to happen is you shoulder bash, and you end up somewhere around this area, and you have to maneuver around like an invisible wall somewhere down here, and you have to climb out of bounds back over here, and then you go over here. You go over to Pillar John, and you trigger the final escape sequence. I'm very sorry that I was unable to do it in this setting, but you know, it is a hard glitch, and there's a reason why people don't want to sometimes run it, because it can really suck at the end of like a really good run to just like do your attempt at it and then lose like a minute straight. But this is the fastest way to beat Pizza Tower. It's just not the friendliest skip, but I appreciate it for what it is. Anyways, Crumbling Tower is gonna show us mechanics of all the levels that we have gone through, except for like 6 levels, because we skipped 6 levels. and I find that really funny.
The track is also crazy.
Yep.
Probably one of the best needle drop moments in the whole game.
Yes, I agree. Gonna try banana skip. Did not get banana skip. In fact, I failed the banana skip. Oh well. You win some, you lose some.
No.
This is, you know, I actually have a funny story regarding this level. When I was playing this for the first time, I was jamming out. I was having a grand old time, and I got soft locked underneath.
How did you get soft locked in this level? What?
Yeah, there was a thing where you could get like stuck inside one of the walls.
What?
Like underneath like one of the one gaps.
That is silly.
And like, I think it was like you slipped into a banana and you landed at like a one gap and it clipped you in there. It got removed.
Good.
Thank God.
We are basically past all the hard parts of this level. We are basically going at the highest speed that you can go in this game with Peppino. Not as Noise. Noise is just a completely different broken character that I'm not going to go into. But yeah.
He's a beast.
We just rush through the end of the pizza tower, we say our goodbyes, and time is going to be coming up. Time. That's it.
Hey, GG.
GG.
Yeah, GG in the chat. Honestly, there is the movement in this. The Shmovement in this, Jade, was absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This run was super awesome. So much fun. Everybody that's watching, please go follow Jade. You can find them in the title of the show. You can also check it out in the check out their Twitch channel in the title or in the pinned message. Jade, why don't you tell everybody just a little bit what you're up to and what you're doing?
Me personally, I'm up to, I kind of just like stream whenever I feel like it. I'm a bit of a Pizza Tower speedrunner, but I've been trying to branch out into other games, mainly speedrunning Wario Land 4. I'm gonna try and get that into GDQ. I think that would be really awesome. I'm also, I just kind of stream whenever. Stream Wario Land 4, Binding of Isaac, just whatever I feel like, you know. That's what I'm up to.
Awesome. Well, you did an incredible job, and I think everybody should definitely go check you out.
Yeah.
And Ellie, why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about you as well?
Well, yeah. Being around for this game for the last couple of years has been like a really fun run, just to like go through and see like its development and whatnot, and like I don't really play the game actively that much anymore, but it's always nice like being a part of this community that like has come together and absolutely broken one of my favorite games ever over its knee. And, like I've been wanting to actually make a video because there was a very specific day. It was October 26th, where there were 2 new major world records in both any and 80% and 100%, and there was also a bingo match that we have. We have Pizza Tower like bingo things.
Oh yeah,
and it's really fun.
It's really good.
Seeing how these people like go up against each other and like what. It's such an interesting community to be part of.
Listen, guys, if you're interested in Pizza Tower speedrunning at all, go on speedrun.com, find the Discord link, join the Discord server, and chat around. And we're a bunch of friendly. We're a friendly community. We really enjoy your presence.
there's hundreds of people that will be willing to help you out. So just like, well, not hundreds, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much, both. Thank you so much, both of you. I really, really appreciate that. With that is it of our GDQ Hotfix Shmovement night. Thank you very much, all of you, for hanging out with me. My name is Jiggy, and I appreciate you very, very much. The last things I want to just say here is, if you are interested in what we do here on GDQ Hotfix, you should go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to check out our season 3 schedule, and check out all those different shows that we do each week. The other thing is if you missed our earlier show today, stay tuned because we replay them. We replay this show as well as Sky's show. So definitely stick around for that replay. And the next one, the next show on GDQ Hotfix, tune in Friday for Do All the Things and Parallel Universe, all starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. Good night, everybody. My name is Jiggy, and I have to take out a puppy. He has to go